Yo, heard you were playing Galaxy 3. Yes, that's what we're doing. We're playing Galaxy 4. Close. You're both very close, but we're actually playing Galaxy 5. That's right. It's here. We're playing it right now. Your favorite Pokemon character is Naveen the Hedgehog. Yeah, you won't laugh, right? Okay, then. Why did Nintendo spell cart wrong? Did they not use a dictionary, or are they stupid? I don't know why they would do this. Why would they? I don't understand. Damn, there's a lot of opening bits. Hey, how's it going? Hey, so yeah, we're playing some more Mario Kart World today. We only got I've been really itching to play this, okay, because we only got a chance to play it on Wednesday last week, and because last time we did the dang old Game Awards, and that was the thing. You know, there's some cool stuff in there. You know, there was the Mega Man, which yes. Then there's the Ace Combat. There's some cool stuff, but you know, it was just all right. It was all right. Can't believe Proto finally picked up Galaxy 5. Close. We're actually playing Galaxy 6. It just keeps going up and up. Only one way to go, but up to the stars, where the galaxies reside. And we hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a nice weekend. But yeah, we're just gonna be hanging out with some more Mario Kart World. I'm gonna try to unlock more stuff, I guess. Try to get more costumes. You know, unlock more carts. Probably try to do some more, stuff in the open world. And that's kind of what it's looking like today. We'll do a little bit online, a little bit of single player, a little bit of everything. We'll do a little bit of everything today, just like we did on Wednesday. So let us dive right back in. You would have donated bits. Here's even more bits. If I had any bits, and you would have laughed. I promised. I don't think I would have laughed. I probably would have been like, "Why'd you? Don't give your bits to this place." I mean, as someone who, where am I? Wait. Hey, listen. As a professional quote unquote comedian, I can use all the bits I can get. But you know what? Nah, we don't need bits around here. I just need to go yell the funny swear words when I get hit with the blue shell. That's how we're operating. That's how we go. Super Mario Galaxy 7 Online VR Battle Royale plus Bowser's Fury. I forgot I was crabbing it up. Yeah, being the crab is cool and all, but unfortunately you can't really unlock costumes with the crab, can you? The crab just does not wear costumes. This is so sad. Look at him groove. You played like 40 hours in the DLC since Thursday. How are you enjoying that there, DLC? Is it good times? Okay, who do we want to play as? Who's you know what? I think I have to get Waluigi in the sombrero. I think it's like my civic duty to do so. Bumblebee. You know what? I'll be a bee. I'll bee it up. Okay, so we've only been getting silver trophies so far and everything. I've been kind of biting it a little bit on some of these single player Grand Prixes, a little bit. You know, I'll probably get gold eventually, like I did on my own time with Mario Kart 8. But as of right now, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to reacclimate myself to Mario Kart. Also, the snow on Friday and Monday and a half day because the snow's been crazy. Well, it hasn't been so bad where I am in the States, because like there was this one time we got some really bad snow, but most of the time, no, it hasn't been so bad at all. It snowed like once or twice, and then pretty much almost completely melted away. It's crazy. But yeah, things have been going all right. I've been slowly prepping for Christmas stuff, trying to get all that fun stuff done. You know, I ended up doing a lot of my decorating stuff last weekend. I just kind of been basking in the glow. You know, I'm turning on the Christmas lights every night, as is tradition. I'm so cool. I lost everything. I lost my mushrooms. I lost my dignity. This is so sad. But yeah, I guess it's kind of appropriate. This is kind of a, well, it's not really a Christmassy map. It's a snowy map. So, but close enough, I guess. Closest approximation to Christmas we could have. You got no snow, just cold and tests. Damn. I thought I was drifting. I need to remember that to read and drive. That's kind of a difficult part of playing Mario Kart. Is like I like playing these games on stream, but I'm not much of a speed reader. You enjoyed it. It was a tad bit more grindy than the base game, but you really enjoyed it. I added like 100 new quests. It was fun, like 150 more new Pokemon. Whoops. See what I mean about reading and driving? Whoops. What do you mean a tad bit grindy? Doesn't ZA have that one thing where you gotta do 1,000 battles? That's pretty grindy. That's a little grindy. And of course, you know, there was the end game where we had to do a bunch of those battle royales in a row. That was a little something. Like, I really enjoyed ZA. It was a good time. This was the 5 shiny huntable legendaries, and I've gotten 2 so far. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. What is kind of like the overall the over under when it comes to ZA, when it comes to like shiny hunting stuff? Is a lot of stuff. No testing and driving. You can't tell me what to do. Read faster. I'm sorry. I'm illiterate. Well, let's go that Peach has one of her Odyssey costumes. Did they just like toss every single one of Peach's Odyssey costumes in this game? If they didn't, then what are they doing? What are they doing? Okay, I made it into first despite my texting and driving. That's cool. You know what that means, kids? That means always text and drive. You'll get good results from it. Trust me, I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor of drifting. Oh, they had the power to get ahead of me, but it's okay. I'm about to get superpowers right now. Historical powers. My God, you see the poses on this man? Dear God. Serving. Absolutely serving. What? Oh, I guess I got the coin coffer. Does that count as an unlock even though it was the end of the race? Neat. I don't think it technically even needs to complete the dex anymore. Oh, okay. Will I get Galaxy 8 if I test and drive? Not only will you get Galaxy 8, you'll get Galaxy 9. I gotta unlock that Peach costume. That's so cool. Well, I guess you'll get Galaxy 10. That's crazy. The shiny hunts are amazing. There are tons of cool ways to hunt. There are active ways like SV, or passive ways like older games. Most Pokemon are good to hunt, and with the DLC can do even more methods. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm still a little over under on you know, if and when we're gonna end up doing the DLC, because you know, the closer we can get to the end of the year, I still want to keep my promise of us doing DQ1+2 before the end of the year, at least starting it. But it's like, what is your problem with me? Oh my God, there's like a caribou, or is that just a moose? I can never tell. I can never tell at a glance the difference between a moose and a caribou. Sorry, I'm a fake Meese fan. You almost want the DLC because of a certain Mega. I have been spoiled on one Mega Evolution. Just one, and I gotta say, I think it might be the coolest one of the bunch. A moose and a caribou, yeah. I can't really. If there's a difference between the two of them, I couldn't tell you. They're both like horned like creatures, kind of brownish in fur color. Don't say which one because of spoilers. I never stopped before. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna joke about that no more. But yeah, I'm not gonna say which one I saw, but I gotta say, yeah, it takes a Pokemon that I never thought would ever get a Mega Evolution and gave it one, and it's damn cool. I gotta say, damn cool. Oh, we played this course a little bit online. This is kind of cool. I kind of wish we spend more time in this little area here. This kind of inside area is kind of cool. We just kind of loop around and then go back outside. Which is all right. I like it too. I feel like, should I be like jumping more? Because I know you could like jump and do tricks. I wonder if I should be doing that more on straightaways. I'm always a big fan of like Rosalina themed courses. They're always very Galaxy coded. Either you go like directly into the Common Observatory, you go to something that looks very similar to Common Observatory. Stuff of the sort. Really makes you excited for Galaxy 12. Which one are we up to at this point? Whatever Galaxy we're up to now, it makes you real stoked for it. Indeed, real stoked. No, now I'll be unable to see. Oh yeah, I guess now's kind of a time where we get to hear more you know, the new guy as Waluigi. He sounds quite Waluigi. He sounds pretty Waluigi-esque, I gotta say. They're completely different antlers. Moose have more full antlers than caribou, and like sticks and moose are like twice their size and way darker. You see, I wouldn't know that because I don't really live in a place where such things exist. I only seen him in like fiction, right? They could be fictional for all I know. They could be cryptids for all I know. US Galaxy had better courses than Kart. What are you talking about? They got Rainbow Road. That's sometimes kind of galaxy coded. I mean, you know, they're both space, so, you know, I guess that's up to you. It's almost like Rosalina debuted in Galaxy. Nah. I don't think so. I think that's a whole bunch of... I missed everything. I think that's a bunch of malarkey. You know who debuted in Galaxy? Luigi. You know how I know this? Because he could play as Luigi after getting all 150 stars. Or is it 120? I actually don't remember. You think I would know this because didn't we do Galaxy like just a few months ago? Yeah. Well, I say a few months ago, but I think it was actually near the beginning of the year. Closer to that, maybe. I don't remember. That's kind of... I think that kind of tells you how like piss poor my memory is because, you know, we did a whole year's worth of streaming on here. But if you ask me what games we played, you know, we played ZA, we played DQ3, but we played Galaxy. But beyond that, I was like sometimes like, what I even do this year? So sometimes I'm not entirely sure. His name is Kevin. He voiced him in Jamboree, and his second. I know his name is Kevin. Oh yeah, I guess he also. I keep forgetting Jamboree exists. I still haven't played Jamboree. I'm well aware of the Kevin. I guess it's kind of like law that if you're gonna be voicing the Mario, you have to voice all the plumbers. You know, not just Mario or Luigi. You gotta voice them all 4 of them, all 5 of them. Like a small car and moves are like a large Cybertruck. I don't know how big a Cybertruck is. Are they as sharp as a Cybertruck? Are they as flammable as a Cybertruck? These are important attributes to know. How am I supposed to make an accurate, assessment of an animal if I don't know how flammable they are? Relative to cars, you know. I'm not saying that's because, you know, they should be set on fire or nothing, but I'm just wondering. You know, I'm just, you know, it's a good thing to know. You need to have fire precaution, you know. You got to be safe. I don't like that pose where Wally just kind of spread eagles all over the cart. I don't know how I feel about that. That's a bit too much. That's a bit too much for this game, I think. Okay, we're doing it a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna do some salty Johns real quick. I think we're doing better because I went back to the Pro Controller. Like, you know, I've been playing around with the new Joy-Cons, and I actually really like the way the new Joy-Cons feel. But the weird little controller thing that comes with it just feels weird. It's like shaped weird. I genuinely think we're doing better because I'm back to what's familiar. I heard in Galaxy 13 you can unlock Luigi by walking around the L as real sign 20, 40 times or whatever the number is. This is true. I also heard that you could play as Luigi by sacrificing every single toad in the castle. There is dense. You also picked the Cybertruck because I thought it was a good reference for Americans. I went to America and there were Cybertrucks on every road. I don't think Cybertrucks are that super common. I did see one time, and I didn't think I lived in a place where anybody would have that kind of thing. But I did see one. I didn't see it up close though. It was not in range of you know any sort of things I might have had on hand, unfortunately. So no, that's not really a good point of reference for me because they like barely exist. At least for me. But yeah, I can't wait for Galaxy 13 or 14. Sorry, that was a close one. I almost broke the chain. Yeah, I can't wait for Galaxy 14 where you can finally play as Waluigi. Did anybody else used to think that it might have been possible to play as Waluigi in Mario Kart DS or not Mario Kart DS? Mario 64 DS. Oh my God, he just like kicks his leg up. He's like Sanji. I saw some of the rumors like, here's how you unlock Waluigi, Super Mario 64 DS, and they're all a bunch of bull honky, you know. I thought it was real clever driving on the road. I there's a bunch of, what happened to my blue shell? Oh, there it is. I thought someone just killed it and broke it and destroyed my dreams. Found the first stream of the year. What was the first stream of the year? Was it were we in the middle of something going into the new year? I actually don't really remember. I know there was that one time where that weird guy like took over my computer and played Skyrim. It was Mario in the Multiverse. Oh, we did that this year? I thought we did that last year. Okay, well that game's real cool. That was a really fun ROM hack. I really had to play more ROM hacks. There are some really cool Mario. It's just, you know, ROM hacks in general, not just Mario 64, but there's some really cool Mario 64 stuff out there. There's been like a few I wanted to play this year, but I just never really got around to it because there's another like B3313 style ROM hack, which I can't remember the name of it. I've been trying to find it for a while now. And there was another one that kind of turned Mario 64 into Balatro a little bit. Not really Balatro, but it was kind of like a deck builder where you can use different cards for your abilities. It's weird. It's hard to explain. It's called Bazzer. I gotta speed up. I gotta die. It's called Bazzer, and it seemed really neat. Kind of turning Mario 64 into a roguelike deck builder. Not like that one game that's called roguelike deck builder, where you build decks in a rogue environment. You know, not quite similar to that. Oh, I meant to do that. Yep, that's how I planned that. That's for sure. Okay, cool, great. Just jump into the walls. Just jump into the walls. You'll be fine. Oh my god. I really need to understand how like the movement in this game works. Like, there's probably been a lot of opportunities for me to like ride on walls, jump on rails and stuff, but I'm just a grandpa. I'm just a grandpa trying to make it in the world. Also, the whole idea was for me to try to unlock more costumes for Waluigi. I didn't get a single food. Not one single food. It's fine. Hey, we finally got a gold. Look at all those Lumas. I wish you could play as a Luma in this game. Can you? I don't even know. Rosalinda. You think I would know these things? This game's been out for a little while, and it's not like I've been trying to like unspoiler myself or nothing, going in blind. But you collect 900 coins, you unlocked a new vehicular. All right, that's all well and good. How about we hop in the open world for a little bit, do some missions. The first 3 games of the year were Mario, TF2, and RimWorld. I did do one session in RimWorld. I want to do more RimWorld. That's a game I think would be like really tons of fun to play on stream, but I don't know. I think the one RimWorld stream we did was kind of eh. I want to try to make it like entertaining, you know. I think RimWorld's a really cool game. I have no idea where I'm going. I don't know if I'm going anywhere towards you know, any missions or anything like that. I'm just cruising. There's one. But yeah, I liked what little we played of the open world last time we played this. It's kind of fun. Just kind of going around doing missions, exploring the world. I honestly think it's kind of fun seeing how the different tracks connect. Like I know that the intermission tracks are not very they're a little you know, people have mixed feelings on them, to say the least. And yeah, they're definitely not as interesting as the actual courses, that's for sure. But they're kind of neat. I think they're a little neat. There we go. We played Galaxy this year. Yeah, I thought we played Galaxy this year. Because last year was last year Odyssey? I think last year was Odyssey. We jumped straight into Galaxy because I've been trying to, you know, put off Mario Sunshine. I don't even particularly hate Mario Sunshine, but it's just I just don't like 100%ing it. Oh, I barely made that. That was before me, so I'm like 2 years, close to 3. That's nuts. But Miitopia Z was the worst playthrough. Those are like the best playthroughs. Also, I didn't play Miitopia this year. I played Miitopia last... Did I play Miitopia this year? My timeline's so fucked up. I could have swore I played Miitopia last year. Because I was in a different place when I played Miitopia, I think. Or was I here? Oh my god, I really don't know. I could have swore I was like in an entirely different like state of mind and being. Damn. It's my timeline really is messed up, jeez. That's kind of scary. Oh, okay, this one seems cool. I was in a better place than I did in Miitopia. No, I was actually in a bit of a worse place. I'm doing way better now. Oh, I don't want to be here. This is a different one. Okay, I guess I'll just do this one. I don't know how I got to a different one besides this one. No, I'm actually doing pretty all right these days. You know, in comparison. Ah, penguinis! But yeah, I could have swore that I played Miitopia at my old place, but I guess maybe not. February 13, 2025. I guess I was just like barely at the new place. Jeez. Well then, what did I play last year? That was the first Miitopia stream. Okay, well I guess I'm just lying then. I'm just making stuff up. Oh, here we go. Here's how we do this one again. I want to try this one. This one seems cool. I want to try to learn the wall riding a little bit more. Yeah, I like going through the open world, and you know, it's I like listening to the new music tracks. They're cool. Aye. Okay, we just restart like that. That's fine. I'm kind of surprised this game didn't really get a nomination for best soundtrack at the Game Awards. I feel like that's one of the few things of this game that is like universally just kind of like universally praised. Is like all the new remix tracks and the new all the tracks from the courses. Man. But yeah, I've been trying out a couple things on the old Switch too. This weekend, I got a chance to try out some more stuff, and it's been pretty cool so far. It's kind of mind blowing playing certain things. You know, I've been trying stuff portably and docked. And it's kind of crazy playing certain things in 60 FPS portably. Like that feels kind of crazy to me. You know, some things that aren't really much improved at all, because I tried Rune Factory 5 because that was a game that was very rough on the Switch. It did not run very well, had really long loading times, and it is marginally better on the Switch too. But it is marginally better on the Switch too. But it's still like very stuttery. The loading times are still a little lengthy. So most of the stuff I played is like pretty improved. Some stuff just runs at 60 FPS all the time, like Digimon Cyber Sleuth, which would be run pretty inconsistently. Now runs at 60 FPS constantly, which is kind of crazy. And I ended up trying out the FF7 remake because the demo came out recently. And that was really cool too, because I played FF7 remake on the PS4 when that first came out. And as far as I can tell on Switch too, it seemed like pretty much 1-to-1 the PS4 version that you could play portably, which is pretty nuts. If there's any difference, I couldn't really tell myself. I'm sure there's probably like Digital Foundry videos being like, here's the difference between the versions of the game. You should try it for only $20 and actually supports the Switch 220 FPS screen. Silksong. I figured it was gonna be that you're gonna say something about that Silksong. Wasn't there like a Silksong DLC like just announced, like an update, a free update for it, announced like recently? I know. I know. I gotta play Silksong. I gotta play a lot of things. Okay. The backlog just keeps getting bigger and bigger by the day. Man. What was this year? I could have swore that was last year. I also could have swore that was last year, but I guess not. Yeah, Poke MMO. I could always return to that at some point, because I kind of did that as just kind of a fun one-off whenever we felt like playing Pokemon. Ah! Last night, it's called CSR, and it seems to be based on cut content. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. I guess it'll probably be released in like 5 years. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I think the wait for Silksong was worth it. And I said it before, but I think Silksong has my favorite reason for any game taking a long time to develop. It's just the fact that the developers just really love working on it. I hate myself. It wasn't in development hell. It was in development heaven. It's like we just really like working on it, so we kept working on it. And you know what? I respect that hustle. I respect that hustle immensely. Man. I didn't think that this would be the thing that takes out the bulk of our time today. It's just trying to do this one challenge. I've met my match. My match is apparently these two platforms and the walls. I should stop tricking so much. I should just like try to aim. Yeah, the saxophone here is going kind of nuts. Are you able to hear the music all right? I know I turned it up to louder. That was like the first thing I did is change the game up to louder. They announced that the DLC would release next year. They also announced Silksong would release in 2023, and here we are. So that was Xbox to announce 2023, not Team Cherry. Yeah. Xbox kind of. Man, sometimes a little bit of negative PR for Silksong. It turns out, because I remember it was this year that they showed off their new portable console, right? Their ROG thingy or whatever. Well, not really. It's weird. I still don't know what the whole deal with that thing is about. But then they showed off Silksong on it as well, and for a while people thought it was gonna be like an exclusive to that thing, which that would have been horrible. Thankfully, it wasn't. But for no reason, that was kind of the assumption that a lot of people went through. It was like it's gonna launch as a console exclusive for this thing. I'm not entirely sure why, but that seemed to be kind of the takeaway when they did that whole showcase of their thingy. Man. I'll get it eventually. Brave the unfinished shortcut. Well, why did you finish the shortcut? That'd be way easier. That'd be so much easier. Yeah, see how I make that assumption. Also, it's PC handheld, so how would it be exclusive without being available on the normal Windows? That's kind of what I was wondering. Like, I really don't understand why people seem to think that. I swear I've seen it. I've seen it. Before the thing even came out. Ay. I definitely seen it a couple times before Silksong released. Very obviously not the case. Even at the time that I was shown off at that thing. Oh no! Oh my god. Don't worry, Waluigi and his bee machine will get it eventually. Waluigi's mean bee machine. Don't worry. If you throw your head at your head at a problem enough times, eventually it'll all work out in the end. Just gotta keep that gas lit. Gotta keep on trucking. Gotta keep on truckstin'. Yeah. Also, apparently, the new Mega Man game is gonna be released on like Xbox One. Did I read that right? I was kind of freaking out during the Game Awards. Oh, I finally did it. I was kind of freaking out at the Game Awards when that announcement showed up. That I didn't even notice that part. Like when Mega Man showed up on the Game Awards, I was just kind of in a state for a little bit. I was in a bit of a state misplay. I was kind of a misplay, but we made it. We got there eventually. Is that an UFO? I bounced off the UFO. Wow. Forgot to do this joke. Oh boy, what's it gonna do? Oh, food. Oh, finally we can unlock some more costumes for Waluigi. Waluigi. What do we get? He's a vampire. Wow. And he's a pro racer. Wow. This guy's just this guy's just styling. Jesus. Can I finally get this coin? Okay. We've been playing a little bit of online lobbies last time, and I somehow managed to miss that every single time. We got it now. Apparently, it's a thing. Apparently, I collected 1,000 coins in total. Wait a minute. There's a thing over there. What? Piranha plant. I'm so sad PD Piranha isn't really playable anything anymore. I mean, it was playable in Mario Kart 8 after the DLC. Damn, that thing just sucked me right in. Oh, here we go. That did exactly what we need to. I hate my life. Make your real what they want. I'll give a shit. Realizes Mega Man. I give a shit a lot of shits actually. No, but that is exactly what I said during the announcement though. I was like, because like it was after Ace Combat. I was like, I'm good now. I don't need anything else. And then I just ruined Toad's life. I'm sorry. And then Mega Man's like, I care a lot now. I care a lot. I care immensely. Also, they're apparently doing a Robot Master contest like they would do in the past, which is really cool. I've seen some cool designs. It's kind of like making the idea is going to make it kind of a general shape. They give you like a silhouette to go off of. I've seen a couple cool designs. I saw one that was like Gashapon themed, where they shoot out like little capsules out of like a tube. I saw a couple of snake themed ones. It seemed really cool. I'm still trying my hand at making one, but I'm not really much of an artist. But I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot at some point. I'll just make like a little fella. Not to try to win exactly, but just for funsies. Might be a fun thing to do. Just make a little fella. Well, not really a little fella, because the shape they gave you for the new Robot Master is kind of gangly a little bit. It's a little gangly. I am looking upon the world. I don't see any more switches. I only see that one down there. Little Man. Yeah, that's gonna be my Robot Master, Little Man. It's with this power, Little Beam. Pew. Oh God, where am I? Wait. Oh, there's... Okay, if there's any more... Oh, there's another P-switch here. I knew it. I didn't know it though. Perform a bold escape through the ice cream ravine. Bold, you say? You didn't care about any of the announcements there. The most I thought was that Mega Man is neat and the Badger game is funny. Yeah, the best the best compliment I could give to that Badger game is that if there was a new Conker's Bad Fur Day, I think it'd probably be a little bit like the Badger game. Probably not exactly in terms of like design and aesthetics, but not that far off. I don't think, not that far off, and a lot more swearing, of course, and a lot more crude humor. Other than that, it's pretty close, But I'm a huge fan of the new Ace Combat. I love Ace Combat so much. Ace Combat is such a cool series. I wish a lot more of the games would end up getting readily available for modern consoles and all that. Because the only one that you can really play immediately is the last one is Ace Combat 7, which is a great game. I think if you bought like the special edition of Ace Combat 7 when that came out, you could play another one. I forget which one. Another Ace Combat came along with it. Oh God. I don't know what I'm doing. We got Bloodborne 2 at the Game Awards. That's right, Badgerborn. Half-Life fans are doing fine. Oh yeah, I've seen Half-Life fans taking the news very well. That Half-Life was not at the Game Awards. They're doing fine. Don't worry about them. They'll be just fine. They've been dealing with this all their lives. They'll be fine. Yeah. So apparently there was like I don't really know what the case is, but I guess there was like an update of some sort to like Steam or something that made people believe that there was going to be a Half-Life 3 announcement very soon. I don't really know what the whole story is, but for whatever reason, there were people that were convinced that there was going to be a new Half-Life at the Game Awards. And yeah, not the case. I've also apparently been hearing that somehow the insane, just like the insane price hikes of RAM somehow contributed to that. I don't know how true that is, but there is certainly perpetual Silk Song wants territory. You want a new Portal? A new Portal will be. Wait. I mean, I always made the assumption that that new Half-Life, a new Portal, will be like the same game, right? Because Portal takes place in the Half-Life universe. We don't know what time though. I don't think it could be like smack dab in the middle of everything going on in Half-Life or not. I don't really know. I don't think anybody really knows. But I just kind of always assume that maybe at some point, maybe Gordon Freeman gets portal powers or something, shoots the gun in combat. Maybe does a couple puzzles, stumbles his way into Aperture or something. I don't know. That's kind of always what I figured. But yeah, I do think that there will be a Half-Life 3 like eventually, because that's been a game that's been like being worked on and off for years. So I could totally believe that it will exist in our lifetimes at some point. Okay, I'm kind of getting it. I really am kind of doing a trial by fire when it comes to learning the wall riding mechanics right now. Glass and Shell team up and fight aliens with Gordon Freeman. Hell yeah. Cinema. That's my I don't know how to get up top there. I guess I gotta hit the boost ring. That's my ideal Half-Life Portal 3. Silksong DLC. Yeah, they announced the Silksong DLC yesterday, which is cool. Oops, might be. Silksong and Deltarune next if you close your eyes. I mean, isn't actually the next chapter in Deltarune come out coming out sometime next year? I don't know if there's an actual time period given, but I always assumed that was the thing. Yeah. Well, there you go. And assuming I'm pretty sure the next Silksong DLC will also come out next year as well, as long as there's no shenanigans, I guess. That's how you do it. Yeah. There we go. Sweet. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of feel for the wall range, just a tiny bit, just a teensy weensy bit. But yeah, there's some pretty interesting stuff coming out. I do feel kind of bad for Sonic fans though, because they got kind of snubbed at the Game Awards, because it's like, Sonic Crossroads pretty much lost everything. There was no new announcements. And then Sega's like, hey, Sega fans, you should check out the Game Awards. And you know what they announced at the Game Awards? Total War. And I even have experience with Total War, but apparently I didn't realize that it was even made by Sega somehow. I guess every time I opened up Total Warhammer, I didn't notice the big ass Sega logo or something. I don't know how. I mean, Total War is really cool. It really is cool, and having a new Total War in the 40K setting is really cool. But damn. There's a meme in the Hollow Knight community that the next game is going to be called Zote-Boat. Then they announced Sea of Sorrow, and the entire community went, Zote-Boat is real! Oh, maybe I get to play as Zote. Unless Zote canonically died in Silksong or something, I don't know. I don't understand all these fans. They're talking about how much they want their game to come out. Half-Life 3 at the Game Awards, Deltarune tomorrow, Silksong DLC next year. You guys need to stop doing it yourselves. It's obviously not happening. You only make slow best and definitely happening, like DQ12 announcement next year. Yeah, exactly. Bet on something real. Kingdom Hearts, DQ12. They're going to be announcing like the same Square Enix showcase alongside Final Fantasy IX Remake, which is also another one people think is going to happen. I hope Square Enix never goes under. Like I think they've been kind of trying their damnedest to go under with how much they try to invest in a bunch of bullshit like NFTs and blockchain stuff. That's been going on over the past like few years. Well, that guy just broke on his own accord. I didn't even need to do anything. Because they're holding hostage some of my favorite stuff, like Kingdom Hearts 4 and Dragon Quest. It's like, don't fuck with me, okay? Square announced nothing, but there's so much Square stuff that released this year. There's the Final Fantasy Tactics. There's Octopath Zero. There's the Dragon Quest 1+2. Hell, then one of the next. What do you mean Target? What? Why am I chasing after Charger Truck? Heck, one of their next new games, Elliot the Adventure or whatever it's called is coming out sometime next year, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I think it's a little bit of greed. I think Square released a lot of things this year. Oh! Heck, there's also the next chapter in Final Fantasy VII coming out. I don't know when. Probably not next year. I forget that. Did Final Fantasy VII Part 2 come out this year? Or was it last year? I want to say this year. Yeah, that's also another thing being worked on. But no, I think Square Enix has a pretty decent output this year. Heck, did I mention Final Fantasy Tactics? I don't know if I did. What are you doing, Rosalina? And besides, there's also DQ7 on the horizon as well, coming out very soon, a couple months. Which, you know, I'm pretty stoked for that personally. I'm pretty stoked for DQ7. I think DQ7 is a pretty cool game that can do with some you know, some trimming, little bit of pruning. Nabbit. Why am I chasing Nabbit? I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire. Your citizens think Silk Sonic fans are setting out to make a solid bet in their pastime waiting they beat a modded boss that was made it to be impossible. Then beat its updated version, and it's on version 3 now. They live and breathe Hollow Knight. Also tried to sacrifice a YouTuber to make Silksong release. It didn't work. What did they try to sacrifice? What? That's not very nice. I mean, I know that whole thing is like trying to sacrifice to the old gods to get. What you require? I just killed a toad, I think. Yeah, Nabbit. You can't Nabbit. I guess I did. Look at this giant Yoshi. That game is gonna be so long. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they trimmed some chapters, but they also added a couple new ones. It seems like I'm just regular Waluigi now. But no, DQ7 is like it's the longest you know, just base game Dragon Quest. Like you know, 11 is probably overall longer if you take into account, you know, Act 2 and Act 3, alongside any kind of bonus stuff that was added in, you know, the Echoes of the Elusive Definitive Edition. But it's just like a, you know, just a game that was released without any major updates. 7 is insanely long. So I'm not really too upset about some you know, some things being trimmed while adding other stuff. Adding new chapters, like between the Maribel and the you know, protagonist, the new chapter with, like, you know, adult Kiefer we saw in the trailers. I'm fine with that kind of new stuff. Because yeah, DQ7, it's a great game, but it kind of overstays its welcome a little bit as far as I can tell. I haven't beaten myself yet. I was going to do it earlier this year, but I got a little bit too busy. But I'm glad I didn't end up doing it, because, you know, there's a new one. There's a new version of that game coming out very soon. Mossbag, a Hollow Knight YouTuber. Well, why are they trying to sacrifice Mossbag? What did they do to deserve such things? Is it just because they thought they'd be like a worthy sacrifice? Honestly, I think that's kind of flattering. Like, ooh, I wish somebody would consider me a worthy sacrifice. Chad, what do you think I'm worth a sacrifice for? What like game do you think I'm worth a sacrifice for? You better not say like the next Call of Duty, because I swear to God. DQ11 is, sorry, 100% probably longer than 7, but base game 7 is probably longer than 11. Oh yeah. Well, 100% Dragon Quest 11 is longer than most games, I like to think. I'm gonna try to get that coin again. I saw the coin up there in the thing. Mossbag's the only reason I know Hollow Knight or lore. Nor. I don't know if I know much from Hollow Knight or lore. I don't like why I keep saying nor. Nor. Besides what I played, I don't think I like dove super deep into the subtext. I don't know. I know people use subtext and they're all cowards. Never heard of Mossbag. I think I've heard the name before. But, you know, I'm not much into. The only Hollow Knight tuber I watch. I almost said Hollow Live. That's a different thing entirely. The only Hollow Knight tuber I watch is Mario. He's played Hollow Knight a few times. You know, just a few times. I also had daily Silksong news, which was posted a video every single day for almost 2,000 days saying whether or not there was news. It took... look it up. They started posting again for their DLC too. Oh, man. I see accounts like that all the time where it's like, is this new game announced? Like, there's like... is Half-Life 3 announced? And then after the Game Awards, they just wrote, no. It's like, damn. Or Half-Life 3 news. The only Silktuber you know is DSN. Silktuber. No, but I don't think they should be called Silktubers, because like, what if there's like a whole side of YouTube where there's like, you know, they work in silk and they make clothes. There's clothers. Only fully 100%ing 11, just like the story content, like however long it takes to experience all the story, including the Tickington story. Well, I guess Taking 10 probably doesn't take too long because it's kind of a matter of just like unlocking everything. You do have to go like back and forth to get like some certain things from Taking 10 and then, you know, doing the other parts. Like, I think kind of the hardest part about that is just finding the right way, the right things to get there. That's not that glass. Oh. You should watch the 1 hour long lore video of the original Hollow Knight by Mossbag. I think if I were to do that, I think I had to like beat Hollow Knight first. Because I played Hollow Knight a while ago. I didn't end up beating it though. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, but I just didn't end up fully completing it. I want to someday though. I don't know. I find it hard getting into Metroidvanias. I don't know why. Like I think I would really love Metroidvanias. You know, I'm someone who loves games with, you know, a lot of exploration and like RPG elements. So I think they'd be perfect for me, but I don't know. I've tried to get into like Castlevania Aria of Sorrow like multiple times, but I just failed to get into the genre somehow. But you know, Hollow Knight's cool, so I wouldn't mind giving that a whole nother shot one of these days. Also, the four super bosses in Taking. I didn't even know there were 4 super bosses in Taking 10. I've done that so little of Taking 10 and DQ11 between both of my playthroughs. You know, the one I did on my own time when the game first came out. You know, the definitive edition, and then the stream version. I just had like no issues in that. I mean, it's cool. I probably appreciate a lot more now since I played a lot more Dragon Quest. Since, you know, in between when I first played it and even when we last played it on stream, I've gotten a lot more familiar with Dragon Quest. But I don't know. I just haven't really. I guess when I play DQ11, I just get so enraptured with the actual game, and I was like, I don't need your nostalgia baiting. You should start playing it tomorrow. I'm probably not playing it tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if we're gonna be playing Mario Kart World all week. Probably not, because you know what I do want to do? I want to check out Splatoon. Splatoon 3 got a little bit of an update. It like I don't think it's like a massive update. I think it's like kind of like improving the resolution and like making it so that the, you know, Inkopolis runs at 60 FPS. Beyond that, I don't think it's any like super game changing, which is fine because, you know, it's still got to interact with the regular version of the game, the Switch version. Wasn't there like an exclusive glitch to the Switch 2 version of the game where I'm sorry if this is like boring to watch, by the way. I'm just like trying to do these challenges. Like I don't know. I kind of like you're trying these challenges every now and then, but well, I'm not even doing a challenge. I'm just trying to get this 1 coin. But yeah, I kind of want to check that out at some point. See what the Switch 2 version of Splatoon 3 is like. I kind of hoping they end up releasing another content update with more third kits or weapons that didn't get one, because I feel like it'd be kind of crazy for them to release an update like that and it's just like, that's it, no more Splatoon 3. I know Splatoon Raiders is like around the corner, which I'm really excited to play that when that comes out. Now that we have the means to. But I also want to find out what the heck that game is even about. what it's even about. But no, I think the next game we're going to play is DQ 1+2. That's like going to be like our next major thing, I believe. Although I do really want to play Bonanza at some point and Kirby Air Riders and stuff. But, you know, we got plenty of time for all that. I just ran over a Yoshi's bench and then just like killed everyone. 7 has 5 super bosses and 11 has 22. Man, they're probably add quite a few more. You know what game has the most super bosses? 9. I don't even know if that's true. I just know it has a lot of bosses from previous games. I don't know if it has the most though. I think that I might be lying. They also got third kits and oh yeah, they also did add Urchin Underpass a while ago, didn't they? Yeah, I played that update. That was a really good update. I got re-addicted to the game when they added all that stuff back in. There are 13 super bosses in Taking 10, but 3 of them are like more super than the other 9. So they're like super duper super. They got third kits and Urchin Underpass, but you might have already played that. Yeah, I did play that. That was a really good update. Like find a mega super boss that are time or space related. Making something in time or space related, I make them more threatening. It's kind of funny because the DS version of DQ4 adds in like a new chapter and a new super boss. But I always felt that the super boss in DQ4 was kind of lame because it's just like it's a previous enemy that already existed, and it's basically like a clone, just a strong version of the final boss of the game that already existed. Like on one hand, I kind of like it because of the new stuff it adds, but at the same time, the actual like villain for the final chapter is kind of lame. I like a lot of the new stuff about it though. The glitch you were talking about before was that they updated the game to Switch 2. If you still have the Splatfest World Premiere, you can play the tutorial. And that game has the glitch. I don't think that was what I was even talking about. I was talking about the fact that you can apparently just like kind of do the squid jump even on like uninked surfaces, and that's apparently really good for movement. I don't even know which one you're talking about. That's like a new one to me. I'm so bad at getting this thing, damn. 8 has more. 8 has 23, 9 has 22, and 11 has 20. That's what you're talking about? Oh. Okay, never mind. I didn't realize it required that many steps. I thought I could just do it. Well, never mind then. Never mind me. You could just go in through the pipes through the side. Screw physics. Who gives a crap about physics in this world? Not Waluigi, clearly. He's frozen. I was frozen today. Yeah, so so I think what's likely going to happen is that we're probably going to play Splatoon 3 pretty soon, just to see what that's like, and then probably Crossworlds at some point, because you know the Switch 2 version of Crossworlds released like last week. So I guess next time there's like a festival, we'll probably end up checking out what that's like. That'll be cool. So that's kind of my current plan for streaming right now. Is kind of like you know, some one-offs, seeing some stuff I'm interested in when it comes to the Switch 2, and then you know, DQ1+2 soon TM. It's on Valve time. And let me just try. Let me not try to go directly for the thing. I'm frozen. I like how he gets all snowed up. He must be so cold. That's the kind of snow I almost wish that we had in the world currently. I think the last Super Boss of 11 was a reskin of Kalasmos, and the final Super Boss is a reskin of Morgan, but they're definitely not as easy as yeah, I knew about that because like the final Super Boss of 11 is like the Cosmic Worm or something, which is just Morgan again. Yeah. It's kind of like how the original Super Boss of you know, the new Super Boss of Dragon Quest 3 that was added in the SNES version was just a dragon. It's just like a gold dragon. Like not even a reskin of Zoma. Just a dragon, gold dragon. At least the new version of DQ3 and the HD 2D version added an entirely new boss. That's not a reskin, so that's cool. Yeah, finally. Jeez, I'm so sorry. It took me so long to get this thing. I wonder how many of these medallions are out there. Issue with the compatibility layer of unmodified Switch 1 games, so it'll run on Switch 2. Since Splatoon 3 was later updated to run on Switch 2, and natively the glitch was patched then. Playing a Switch 1 game on Switch 2 is very similar to playing a Windows game on Linux Steam Deck. It can't run on its own as the used translation layer. Yeah, I knew that much, that it's kind of it's sort of almost emulating the Switch 1, sorta. Which is why there was a lot of weird compatibility issues when the thing first came out. Yeah, I think a lot of those have been resolved, but I remember like Nintendo like released a list of games that were not, you know, super functional on the Switch, and a lot of them were games that were emulated. Stuff like, you know, the Mega Man Legacy Collection, a bunch of arcade titles. I guess it kind of has something to do with that. It's kind of like how I remember at one point I tried to play the Zelda collection. This, you know, the GameCube Zelda collection on different platforms, but I kind of realized that doesn't really work like that, because it's like an emulator trying to emulate an emulator, which doesn't always pan out correctly. I hadn't type is still unbeatable on Switch 2 because Chapter 3 crashes because Nintendo refuses to send them a dang dev kit. That's so sad. Why do they do a hat in time like this? Alright, here's another challenge. Try to do the most dangerous traffic ever. It's just like Frogger. Oh, dear God. Jesus. God. Jeez. Oh. Oh, that was easy. Oh! Okay, we're fine. That's fine. That was even no problem. No probert bobbert. Hell yeah. Give me that Yoshi's. Give me that street meat. Oh, delicious. That was delicious. I'm still the vampire. I'm trying to get Waluigi's sombrero. That's like the thing I want the most is Waluigi's sombrero. The final boss timer was insane. I used as much cheese as possible, and it still took me like 19 turns and 20 attempts after seed farming to get tons of stats in 99, using a pep pop and Elfin elixir on every turn. You know, I can beat Klasmos in 2 turns, cheeseless. Yeah, when we fought Klasmos, I fought Klasmos for the first time on on stream. And honestly, Klasmos wasn't really that bad. I mean, we did do some grinding before that, so maybe I was, I guess, a little bit over leveled because I learned that hip new grinding technique, which is very helpful. But no, we beat Klasmos in one try when we did that. Oh, it's Puzzle Plank. Nice, I love this song. This is such a good song. But yeah, it wasn't so bad. We kind of the only thing that was like slightly cheesy about our attempt at Klasmos was the fact that I guess I could have just done that the whole time. That when he did his time attack, Jade just ignored it because she was all vamped up. So that was fun. Like we probably still would have won the battle. We probably would have been much first spot because he probably would have like done all kinds of crazy stuff in the frozen time. But no. Jade just killed him, so that was fun. And nothing wrong with cheesing. Okay, it's nothing wrong with getting a little bit cheesy. Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, and I never beaten the super boss in that game legit. I always cheese it because the Kingdom Hearts 2, it's an action RPG, and there's this kind of cheese where, you have different combo modifiers that can give you longer combos and give you different finishing moves and stuff. Well, one of the best methods for beating some of the endgame bosses in Kingdom Hearts 2 that'll just completely cheese them and make them basically, just completely killable without fighting back is to make it so that you only have one hit. You activate, use a weapon, a Keyblade, that lessens your combo, use an ability that lessens your combo even further, and just leave off all the abilities that give you extra combos. You basically make it so every single hit is a combo finisher. And if you jump, use your combo finisher and just keep chaining that together over and over again, then the bosses don't really do anything. The way combat works in Kingdom Hearts 2 is that bosses will eventually they have these things called revenge values where the longer you beat on an opponent, eventually they'll fight back and break your combo. But if you keep spamming if you keep using the finishing move over and over again, you jump and then do the finishing move using negative combo, they just don't fight back. They just stay stuck in their combo state forever. And that's how I've always beaten Lingering Will, which is the final the super boss of Kingdom Hearts 2. And when we get around to streaming it, I'll probably still do the same. Dangerously cheesy. Dangerously cheesy. I mean, I'll give it some honest attempts. But if it gets to a point where it takes too long, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna do the cheese. Also, my God, this is hard to navigate. This is hard to navigate. Hold on. You were randomly watching that stream a few weeks ago. Just happened to be the first stream after the Twitch recap, so I got to hear your stats for the first time that day, and after the ones from this year came out. Wow. Timer generally might be impossible without Ink Blessing, Pep Pop, Elfin Elixir, Magic Burst every turn. It still isn't foolproof. Try coming up with a way in your head to beat a hat in time on Switch 2 and the glitches. What you could come up with, you would be one time piece short from being able to unlock Nyazuka. You can't do Alpine because no hook shot. Same goes for Train Rush and therefore the rest of Chapter 2. So all you have to work with is all of Chapter 1 and 2 up until the Train Rush, the Gallery Rift, and the Lab Rift using a language clip. That would bring you up to 19 timepieces. A language clip? How does that work? You just switch to a different language and somehow break something? That's crazy. I respect the effort. Breaking a game so hard that's like, can I get past this the game crashing? It kind of reminds me how people would speed run the brawl, the Smash Brothers brawl, time trials, the little trials they would give them games. And people managed to do it. People got beaten Ocarina of Time in Mario 64 using the limitations of brawls demos. That to me was always pretty mind-blowing. Do you think making it so every turn you can't take any damage and you deal 2,000 damage to everything on the field would always be a win? But with that boss, nope. Yeah, I love cheese. I love finding out cheese in games. That's always kind of why I'm a big fan of games with a lot of build variety. I just like finding new ways to, you know. I like it when a game makes you feel like you're breaking it, you know, because I think that's kind of like a game design kind of philosophy thing where you try to make the player feel like that they're kind of you know, overcoming a challenge that's impossible. I think that's kind of how you know, a lot of Dark Souls games, a lot of hard games in general get a lot of play. It's because it kind of gives you the feeling that you're beating the system, even though the game was designed from the ground up to be beaten. You know, to not be impossible, but it still makes you feel like that you're beating the odds. It's a console alternative to lag clip, so you do the normal lag clip setup, pause the game, change the language, and unpause it as quickly as possible. It's much more difficult than a lag clip, but it works. That is nuts. That is crazy. What did I say? Whoa! Okay, that's not where I thought I was going. I thought it sounded like Papa Bitty Butt or something. Like, what? No, I did that wrong. I think if I just want to wall ride, I think I'm just gonna like do a trick into a wall while I'm in the air. Why is his ass so defined? Okay, let's get up. Let's get back up there. Yeah, it always kind of fascinating me how people find the craziest stuff in games like that. Like, you gotta take a lot of dedication, a lot of, you know. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Nice. I'll just trying whatever you can to try to break the game as much as possible. And I have a lot of respect for that. That's always fun. It is always kind of fun, you know, when a new game comes out with a lot of tricks, seeing what's possible. It was cool seeing how Mario Odyssey, when that released, how a lot of that kind of developed in real time. People finding out what is, like, you know, super efficient, what kind of crazy, you know, jump combos you can accomplish with the game. It's probably the same for Bonanza, but I've been kind of trying to avoid Bonanza as much as possible until I play it myself. I kind of wonder if Bonanza has some crazy stuff similar to Odyssey. Tyrell sometimes just say fuck you and remove all your effects and one-shot everyone on the field and heal over 1000 HP. You just have to roll with it. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that is kind of a trick that like some super boss in games will do to just kind of you know, destroy your life. There was a super boss in like the Persona 3 Reload. There's a new super boss that was added where it just says fuck you and just ends the fight basically. I don't know how it works, but it can kind of tell if you have like a common cheese strat in Persona that was used in Persona 3, and it just kind of nukes you completely. Just use all its best moves. It just destroys your life before you even get a chance to try your cheese. It's kind of in a similar vein to you know, the original Persona 3, where that game super boss, you had to do it solo, and if you bring in a party member, then it just wipes you. Not even a chance to play with any other party members. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but Bonanza has some crazy stuff, even crazier than Odyssey. It's probably as crazy, if not more. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait to play Bonanza. I want to see a banana. You know, I've had that Donkey Kong Deltarune ending to this stream for a while now, and I want to see how accurate that is to Bonanza's story. Is the Kong with us in the dark? I don't know. We'll find out someday. But yeah, we have a little bit of a list of stuff to do. Oh, Bowser's Galaxy Generator. This is a great song. Wow, that's a cool remix. Yeah, we got a little bit of we got some stuff to do. We got some stuff to do. One game I've been really holding off on playing this year was the new Fantasy Life, which is, you know, a new Fantasy Life is kind of one of those games I never thought would ever get a new version. You know, a new entry. Because, oops. The last Fantasy Life was like a weird mobile game. It's like, you know, the kind of mobile game you look at is like, this probably killed the series forever. But no, there's a new Final Fantasy Life just released earlier this year. And apparently it's really good. I really like doing these little challenges. I kind of see the point that people make about the open world feeling kind of empty, but I don't know. I just kind of like cruising around doing these little challenges. There could probably be a lot more to it. Like, if I feel like it's kind of crazy that there's not like actual races. Like, you think that with this being like a a whole open world, that there'd be like a lot of more impromptu races, like going cross country or whatever. That'd have been really cool. But as it is, I think it's enjoyable. Ah! I missed that. It's bad when the only strategy to beat the boss has a requirement of farm 250 seeds of magic, 100 seeds of strength. Ah. That's kind of something that I've learned about Dragon Quest is a lot of time when I think a boss is too hard, usually the solution is just get more levels. Like, it's a lot more complicated for a lot of super bosses. But sometimes I'll look at lists of like top 10 hardest bosses in Dragon Quest, and it's like, oh, I beat that guy by getting a couple more levels. That's always been like the solution most of the time. Like, I know when I played through DQ4 for the first time recently. Oh, somewhat recently. I was told that a lot of people apparently consider the super boss of the bonus stuff of DQ4 was like one of the hardest bosses, but I didn't think it was too hard. I didn't really think it was too hard at all. Granted, I did grind a couple of levels for reasons, just preemptively. But I don't know. It really wasn't that bad. It really was just kind of a slightly harder version of the final boss of that game that already existed. Whoa, Nelly! Recommended level. Levels don't matter. Max out all your stats. Man, all right. Gets to a certain point where you're like, when you get max level in the game, it's like, okay, well now what? Well, get good now. So I played through DQ11. They did a minimum level no seeds challenge. They managed to beat the game with only like 30 level ups across every character. Hero's like level 18. Oh man, those are always fun challenges. There's a lot of low level challenges in like the SMT, like the SMT world. One of my favorite playthroughs of any SMT game was I forgot what their name was off the top of my head, but someone did a low level playthrough of SMT Nocturne hard type. Which, if you don't know, SMT Nocturne is a pretty infamously hard game as it is. Like beating that game in hard mode without any mods or any challenges is already like a accomplishment in itself. But there's a mod called hard type, which makes it even harder. It adjusts some things. It gives you some benefits like buffs certain skills, adds in new skills as well. So it gives you new tools, but it's also way harder than the base game. And I remember someone did a low level run of that a while ago, and I always loved every single time there was like a new boss uploaded. It was such a good time. It's fun to watch. I kind of want to do hard type at some point. Nocturne. I don't think I'd ever do that on stream though, because it really would just mean just kind of dying. I just killed a Pianta. I forgot this game had Piantas. I need to unlock the Pianta so I can become a member of the Pianta Mafia. Yeah, I would like to do hard type myself at some point. Not low level, just normal. Just see if I could do it, but I don't think I'd stream it just because it really would just mean me dying over and over again. Oh, I don't get anything for killing Navid a second time? Alright, that's fine. Took him like 3 years to doing like 4 playthroughs. That's crazy. Am I gonna get a new costume for Wa? No, it's the same Pro Racer. I want the sombrero. Where do I get the sombrero? I guess if I had to guess, I probably have to go near the Dry Bones place, right? Maybe. What song is this? Mario drawing song from Flipnote Studio. That's crazy. Oh my god. Flipnote mentioned. Wasn't there like a fan project of Flipnote a while ago? Where you can still kind of do a lot of Flipnote features, but just about like, in the modern day. I feel like I saw something like that a while ago. I didn't get anything new out of that. Okay, I promise we'll do some more races soon, but I am just kind of having a good time, just kind of roaming around. Here we go. Here's some challenges. Oh wait! Before I do that, I want to see what's over here. But yeah, have you ever ended up doing any self-imposed challenges when it comes to RPGs? I haven't really done like a full-on Nuzlocke when it comes to Pokemon, but I've done some challenge runs with friends before. We had one where we kind of had to do like other Nuzlocks now. I remember we did one where we had to we basically used like a random like you know, team randomizer, and basically just kind of have to make the goal of using whatever the thing gave us, no matter how weird or fucked up it is. Did I can I still do this? Let's see. Let's find out. And that was kind of a good time. It wasn't anything crazy. You know, I'm not like the. I like to think I know a lot about some of the older Pokemon games, but I'm not like, you know, that super, you know, cracked at it or nothing like that. But I've done some of it with friends in my own time. That's just kind of, you know, simple little challenges, nothing crazy. That kind of changed it. Oh, we got Biker. Wait, does Wario have his like WarioWare outfit in this game? Oh my god. I hope he does. I love Wario's WarioWare look. He's so dreamy. Alrighty then. I guess I'm gonna explore this area a little bit more. We'll probably maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll hop on some online. I still haven't tried out battle mode. I wonder what this game's battle mode is like. I saw it on the menu. Maybe we'll give that a shot a little bit. Why have I done this? Well, the moat worked on me. I don't know them. Are moats like considered things that actually work? I feel like most times I see like a show and they have a moat. It's like the one they, you know, the princess still gets kidnapped anyway. So what was even the point of the moat? I wonder if that's like a thing that where it's like historically moats are actually very good defenses. What? There's a guy with a star behind me. It's not stuff in post per se, but I'm currently very slowly doing all Draconian quest run. I mean, that is pretty much a challenge, you know, a challenge run. You know, sometimes playing games on the hardest difficulty can be an accomplishment in itself. Yeah, I know for me personally, I'm always kind of caught off guard by how hard some Dragon Quest can be sometimes. So I feel like playing Draconian is a bit of an accomplishment. Just getting through that. I guess I'm going this way. Get turned around, idiot. I know for me, sometimes I won't always do like, you know, a big crazy challenge, like, you know, anything like a Nuzlocke or anything like that. But usually it's kind of a challenge just to trying to familiarize myself with the game. I remember when you know, Kingdom Hearts, when there's a version of those games called the Final Mixes for, you know, 1, 2, and Birth by Sleep that we never got in the US, right? We didn't get those until the re-releases on PS3. When those games got big HD remasters on the PS3. So it was kind of a matter of you know, when those came out. I didn't play them until like the PS4 because I never owned a PS3. But when I got a chance to play those, it was kind of me trying to familiarize myself with a game I thought I was already familiar with. Because, you know, a lot of those Final Mix stuff adds a lot of new stuff to the game. How do I get turned around? It adds a whole lot of new stuff to the game, including like a whole bunch of new collectibles, new bosses, and all that. So a lot of the challenge was just kind of trying to, you know, take a game that I thought I already knew like the back of my hand, and then just trying to, you know, learn it all again with a whole bunch of new stuff that was added. There has been I'm not gonna say which or when, but there has been at least a couple of games I played on my own time on stream to try to, you know, I don't go like super in depth with like my streams or nothing like that when it comes to games, not like compared to like certain playthroughs I've seen or nothing like that. But there are some games where I try to, you know, try to familiarize myself with as much as possible in terms of stuff like collectibles and strategies and stuff. I like doing that sometimes. I don't do that for like every game I play, but you know, I'm probably gonna end up doing that when we get around to Xenoblades. I like to think I'm pretty familiar with those games as it is, but there's always like a lot of fun development stuff. There's like, yeah, there's always a game that big. There's always some new stuff I'm always learning about. So I'll probably end up doing like, you know, at least a little bit of digging before we end up doing a playthrough of that. Not gonna like script it or nothing, but you know, just you know, try to get up to snuff as much as I can. I guess try to learn as much as I can about the game. I guess. You're a big believer in changing the game, the in-game difficulty in games. Like I play a game on normal mode, but when I'm grinding, I want a more chill experience. I'll play on easy. When I'm fighting a boss, I'll change it to hard. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. In fact, I kind of wish that was the standard of being able to, because some games you can't switch difficulty at all, like midway through. Like a lot of Persona games kind of do that. Like Persona SMT games will kind of make it so that you could switch, you could lower the game's difficulty, but you can't heighten the game's, you can lower the game's difficulty, but you can't make it any higher. As soon as you lower it, it can't go higher, and I never really understood that. I don't understand why, you know, not just give the player the, you know, the option to switch around freely. I think that should just kind of be the standard. If a game's gonna have, you know, multiple difficulty options, might as well just let them play how they want. You know, if they want the game to be a little bit harder, you know, they're struggling to make it easier. And you know, sometimes people just got shit to do, you know. So I don't think there's any shame in like, if you're struggling, just turn it to easy. Honestly, I was kind of half considering doing that for the golden boss and, you know, the final boss, the final super boss in DQ3. Where I was gonna be like, well, if I can't beat this thing legit, maybe I'll just switch to easy mode. I don't want to do that though, because I kind of feel like at some point I do kind of want to give that a shot as much as I can, because I kind of have the gist of what you're supposed to do, which is, you know, namely just, you know, grind up all your party members to get all the best skills, give them all wild sound, give them all, you know, sleeper hit and all that stuff, give them the helmets that makes them cast 4 times to give them sleep abilities, that kind of thing. I know what to do. It's just a matter of grinding up to do it, and I haven't really found the time to do such things. Kind of gotten lost in ZA sauce, so I still haven't beaten DQ1, and that's the short one. Have you beaten 2? Have you actually not beaten 1 or 2 yet? That's crazy. I mean, to be fair, ZA is pretty huge. You saw me struggle with all those side quests. You've seen me do all those things, so, you know, you're well aware of how easy it is to get lost in that game. Very easy to get lost. I'm trying to find my way to get up to that Peach medallion up there. There's another challenge right here. He was guy in 3 where like, I get a heal after every fight and run back and forth to heal myself, or I could sit in Draki and never die. Yeah, I never did do that myself. I probably should have, honestly. It would have made the process a lot easier, a lot smoother. But no, there's definitely merit in doing that, where it's like, well, yeah, just you know, don't respect your time, you know. I'm a firm believer in the idea that you know, when a game gives you that many options, then there's nothing wrong with playing it how you want. I do believe in the idea that some games have a certain vision. Like, some games are just meant to be really hard and unapproachable, and I think that's perfectly valid. But for a game like that, where it's like you're freely around to switch, you know, between whatever kind of difficulty you want, then, you know, just do what you want with it. You want to make it a little bit easier, as you know, you're trying to grind down a bad part of the game, just go ahead. You know, go nuts. You want to make it harder? Go ahead. You want to just play normal? Go ahead. That's the kind of thing I never want to be like super gatekeepery on, is when it comes to like playing on certain difficulties. Because, you know, I'm a firm believer in the idea. I don't know why I keep bringing up Kingdom Hearts. It's because I'm thinking of the series a lot recently. I'm sorry. I think maybe because of the Game Awards, Kingdom Hearts 4 didn't get announced, and I'm still seething. No, I'm not seething. I'm fine, actually. As far as you could tell, anyway. But I'm a firm believer in the idea that it's best to play those games on harder difficulties, so that you could kind of, you know, appreciate the mechanics more of the combat when you're kind of forced to use a lot of the tools at your disposal. But at the same time, if someone comes up to me and is like, my favorite way to play Kingdom Hearts is on easy mode, I'm not going to judge them for that. It's like, yeah, if that's how you enjoy it, go right ahead. I guess that's kind of more for anybody who plays the game and thinks that it's too simple. It's like, no, it could be pretty in depth. But the only difference is that it's only really in depth if you play on some of the harder difficulties. Because you can easily mash your way through the games if you're playing on normal or easy. But, you know, playing hard or critical, then that kind of forces you to engage more with the game's mechanics that you wouldn't otherwise. But, you know, like I said, if that's how you enjoy playing the game, why the hell not? Go crazy. Use Jackie as a sort of test mode for the final boss. You said it's Jackie and test out strategies, so I saw how they did it. We'll just make sure it would take too long to count. Yeah, I haven't been either of them, but also I like put 240 hours in ZA. I like the game. I think... Oh, I didn't mean to reset. Here, I'll go back up there again to try to get that question mark panel up there. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I thought you'd be all over the DQ 1+2s. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for both of those. I'm really interested. I'm kind of more interested to see what the change there 2 to like, because I think 2. I think at least the original version of 2 was considered not super great when it first released on the NES. Well, Famicom. Well, Famicom and NES. You know, there was both. So I'm kind of wondering how the changes kind of improve that. Back died 2025, reborn 2025. Welcome back, Starlight. Just you wait. Soon that's gonna be 2026. I'm still in the open world. Yeah, I'm gonna get this real quick, and then we'll do some races. It's kind of easy to just get lost. You know, it's kind of a good relax kind of thing. You know, just do some challenges and talk about whatever. We've been talking about like super bosses and difficulty in games, so that's fun, I guess. I always say when people play a Pokemon game and complain about how easy it is, and then look, they're 20 levels over leveled only using pseudo legendaries. That's kind of what I've always said about Pokemon, is that people think that there should be harder modes of Pokemon, but like the harder mode is you know, using whatever Pokemon you want. Robocop eating fried chicken 82 times. That's getting up there. Like, if you really want to challenge yourself in Pokemon games, then the best way to do that is just, you know, you use weaker teams. I know that sounds like a really dumb kind of way to phrase that, but it's kind of a problem that a lot of ROM hacks run into, right? A lot of fan games where it's like the idea is that they try to make the game harder, but usually the solution to make the game harder is just is giving everybody competitive teams, which I don't think is a really good solution. But no, the idea is that for you to get really challenged in a Pokemon game is, you know, just use whatever. Don't be super. You know, you don't have to go too crazy on like the meta. You know, some stuff you do, like when it comes to stuff like the battle tree, you do have to try to use, you know, you are kind of pigeonholed using certain kinds of Pokemon. But you know, if anybody wants more of a challenge, then just, you know, just get more variety. Use a team comp you haven't used before. Because the beating one, I have collected all the orbs or its equivalents. Oh. I love being forced to learn competitive Pokemon. I mean, that is kind of you know, that is for some people part of the appeal, is they like having, you know people just like having crazy hard versions of Pokemon. People who do a lot of Nuzlockes, people who play you know, sometimes really hard ROM hacks and fan games. And I think that's all well and good. But you know, I think there is some ways of making Pokemon at least a little bit more challenging. Sometimes I feel like that can only get you so far though, because then, you know, you're playing games like X and Y, where it's like you're just kind of over leveled no matter what. I mean, you can turn off the XP share. That's always the thing. But I feel like that's almost harder to do in the later games when you can't turn off the XP share at all. Because I know for did Nebula always have a voice? What? I know for me when I played ZA, I was pretty over leveled for a lot of that, and yeah, I did do all the side quests, but I didn't think it would over level me that much. If you want a harder game, maybe use more than 6 Pokemon Lamios. Is that new? Is that a new Mario Brother? I don't know hacks for Nuzlocke, so like Run-In Bun or Radical Red are meant to be super hard with the opponent teams and stuff, but for the base game, you don't need to use all the best mons. Use Frostless and Trap use the 18 2. I'm going to suck BST wise, but I love their megas. I mean, it's kind of a lot easier. I feel like it's a lot easier in ZA because that game has a radically different battle system. You know, between the lack of abilities, the new battle system would kind of change up a lot of fundamentals. Like, you know, you could use a really good move, but it'll usually come out a lot slower, have a bigger cooldown. So you know, that kind of change in the environment of Pokemon really kind of lends itself to, you know, playing whatever, just using whatever you feel like. It's a lot more viable in ZA, I feel like. I'm getting this time. I lied. I'm a liar. I'm sorry. I was even higher 10 Pokemon, switching them out as you play. It's super cool the way to play. And you won't be over leveled. That is something I always like the idea, but I'm really bad at juggling Pokemon. I mean, that's kind of what I liked about the Legends games, is that we have a lot of temporary party members in those games. Usually leveling them up for like a side quest, or just taking them along until I find something I really want to use. That's something I wish I can do more in like regular Pokemon games, but I'm just not super good at juggling like that. I've seen some playthroughs of people playing Pokemon games for the first time where they do exactly that. They'll use some party members and then decide they want to use something else later. And I kind of don't usually end up doing that too much. Usually I just kind of leave the slot open until I find what I want when it comes to playing a game blind. But we didn't really do that a lot. What we didn't really do that with ZA until we finally, you know, we got our final team. But other than that, I was always carrying around like something else along with us. So even sometimes they would even battle. Sometimes our temporary party members, I just like toss them in like, hey, you're a fire type, go and get in there. Proto don't lie challenge, very impossible. I'm not a liar. I am not a crook. But that was kind of why I'm a big fan of when I see people play Black and White, and they always treat Zekrom or Reshiram as their 7th party member, or their 8th party. Well, no, 7th. Wait, no, 7th. Yeah, I got it right. Psst. I can't count. I apparently don't know how large the average Pokemon team size is. But I always like the idea that people treat Zekrom and Reshiram as their 7th party member. That they usually end up using, at least at the final boss. Since it's like, you know, thematically appropriate. I was kind of wondering if ZA was going to do something similar. Like you just you fought alongside Zygarde. But you didn't really end up using it until the end. I mean, it was still a cool moment fighting with Zygarde. But I kind of wonder if they're going to do something similar where they just kind of make it a team member. Avoiding Gen 10 spoilers is going to be so hard, but I did it for Gen 9. I think it's so worth it. Avoiding all spoilers, including trailers. Yeah, that's kind of hard to do. That's hard to do. Like when you want to do something like that, you kind of pretend you're just not a fan of the thing at all. That's what I had to do with Xenoblade. When Xenoblade 3 was coming out, I went to my like YouTube history and I just erased every single Xenoblade video I've ever seen. I just had to like try to convince YouTube that I'm just not at all interested in this. And it worked. I managed to play through all Xenoblade 3 without getting spoiled on anything. Which is kind of nuts because that game has some crazy ass twists and turns in its story. And it reveals that tie into earlier games. It was crazy. But I did do exactly that for Xenoblade 3 when that was coming out. I just when it was first revealed, I'm like, I'm sold. I don't need much else. I don't need to see any more trailers. I know I'm gonna play this. So I just didn't end up watching a lot of trailers, and a lot of stuff was revealed to me. Like the main villains of the game. I'm so bad at getting this right now. You know, there's a lot of details I didn't know about the game until I played it myself. Like I didn't even really know the actual main antagonist until I played it myself instead of just seeing the trailers. The only thing you've seen at Gen 9 was the first trailer, which just had starters and the box art legendaries. You had no idea about Terra, Paradox Mons, or it was an open world. That's always that's kind of always a fun way to dive into a game, is just like knowing as little as possible. Like, you know, I guess when it comes to some games, you kind of need to be sold more on it. You know, but if it's like a series like that you already know that you're gonna play and you're gonna enjoy, you know, might as well just you know, keep it a surprise, you know. Guess you can't look at box art when it comes out either, because the title is spoilers. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard because you know, something just get revealed through osmosis. Like, would you believe if I told you that you know, when it comes to Xenoblade 2, the existence of Mythra is actually supposed to be like a reveal, but because, you know, so many people have made so much, you know, fan art of Mythra, you know, they're added in Smash Brothers. You know, Mythra existing is not a secret at all. But in actual Xenoblade 2, her existence is meant to be a kind of a twist. But no, everybody knows she exists thanks to stuff like Smash Brothers. And to be fair, I wouldn't really consider that much of a spoiler because by the time at this point, even if they weren't added, people would know about the existence of Mythra, just from osmosis. But Smash Bros. In general just gives out a lot of really insane Xenoblade spoilers, just casually. Like, there's just straight up story twists that are revealed through spirits and stuff like that, and it's nuts. It's kind of I think I'm doing this wrong. I'm just maybe I have to wait till later to do it. Yeah, Smash Bros. Always does like insane casual spoilers. Like I remember when Lucas's trophy in Smash Bros. Brawl gave away the entire story of Mother 3, a game that wasn't even out in the States at that point, so nobody could even possibly known. Like the only way you would have known anything about Lucas's story is if you played the game in Japanese or were Japanese. Is there a title of a game that's a spoiler? I don't know. I guess I'd assume it'd have to be a sequel and give away it'd probably like end up giving away the events of the previous game or something like that. I don't know. It's like in the first game, it's like we can't go to Zanarkand, and then the sequel's like we go to Zanarkand. Gotta choose the game somehow, so I need to see the box art. I need to see the starters because they're in the first trailer, and I need to hear that the game is happening somehow. At that point, Proto is still isn't. I mean, you know what I mean. You could play it now, but the fan translation, even if it's not out, it's now more possible to play than it was when Lucas was first out. I guess. There we go. Jesus. It is now immensely more plausible to play Mother 3 now than when Lucas first came out. Heck, to the point where oh, they got a little smiley face. To the point where I think there was even, if I remember correctly, there was even talks of like Lucas being removed from like international versions of Smash Brothers. We came so close to the worst timelines of Smash Brothers very a couple of times. Because I remember like the idea that since Fire Emblem didn't really exist in the States at all, when Melee came out, there was talks of removing Marth and Roy from the international versions of the game, and I'm glad that. Well, some people probably would be like, "Oh, if only that happened," but I'm happy that we got exposed to Fire Emblem. I like Fire Emblem. I like their inclusion of Smash Brothers. Fight me, no, don't fight me. I'll probably win. I'm very weak. But it's the same story for Lucas. Lucas was almost removed from overseas release of Smash Brothers. I do know of a game that knowing the concept is a spoiler. I'm kind of trying to think on the top of my head. I guess it's kind of one of those. I don't know about titles. I know that there's some games that their mere existence is kind of a spoiler. Like with the Xenoblade 3 DLC, kind of end up showing off a lot of what the game was about, because you have to do that. You have to show off. If you're gonna show off a trailer, you kind of have to give it an idea of kind of the setting, get people excited for the game and whatnot. But it's kind of the thing where you look at it, it just kind of makes you start asking questions. It's like, well, that's if you haven't played the games previously, it kind of opens up a whole new realm of possibilities, But I can't really think of if there's ever been a game where the just the title of the game is a spoiler. There's a game Leap Year, which if I told you any mechanics, reasons to play really anything other than the title, it'd be a spoiler. Oh. Even knowing the game is happening is spoilers. Like I guess there are some times where just a game existing kind of tells you what you need to know about what happened previously. Because like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, that they at least probably began in Breath of the Wild. Otherwise, why would there be a sequel? Unless it was a prequel. But I almost feel like that I don't know. I feel like that's almost a thing that's almost like hardly worth mentioning because that's just kind of. Like it is technically a spoiler, but it's like it's kind of like a minute thing where it's like, well, I guess they won last time. It's like, yeah, I guess they did. Now I'm kind of wondering if there's been any like company out there that just like completely gaslights their players, like people who don't know about the game, right? Because it's like what if there's like a game where the heroes just lose horribly, and they pretend that there's gonna be a sequel, and it's just like a completely different game entirely. And people who actually play the game are like, no, I know what you're up to, fucko. Like, to give kind of, you know, that sort of thing kind of happens in anime openings from now and again, where it's like, you know, if you're someone who read ahead, you know what's going to happen. You know that the people making are fucking liars. It's like how in season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen, there is a character that doesn't make it, but is absolutely shown to be part of the main crew to make you think, oh, maybe they're gonna end up joining the main cast after their no, they're fucking gone, and they've been lying to you since the beginning. Does Fire Emblem mean 8 reps in Smash? Yes. Wait, don't you remember that one guy? He got turned into like a monster near the end of season 1. Yeah, you can see in the trailer. He's just kind of hanging out with everybody, and well, not the trailer, the opening. It just looks like he's part of the crew. He's not part of the crew. He's dead. That was so sad. Yeah, I saw season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen. And I thought it was cool. Never felt the need to see season 2 really, but I actually do still have Stand in the Darkness on my playlist. I like that song a lot when that played in the anime. I ended up adding it. That's kind of the. Hey, okay. I think I kind of see what I'm doing wrong. Well, how am I supposed to get that one? You want him and Yuji to be friends so bad. I know it's a pretty sad story. And then there's Chunky. He's dead. DK. Chunky's dead. I think that might be kind of one of my favorite breeds of anime opening. Where they just kind of lie to you a little bit, or in the case of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like it kind of gives away like the whole story, but you don't know what you're looking at because you're just you don't know the context of anything that's happening in the actual opening. But if you have the context, oh, that's why that's like that. Oh, that's always cool to me. I pretend I totally care about anime. Know what you're talking about. I mean, you don't really need to pretend to care. I kind of just spelled it out. What was happening is that the opening lied. Like you don't really need to be that super knowledgeable to know what I'm talking about in that case. Lying is the universal truth. It's what separates us from the Donkey Kong or something. I'm really bad at this. I'm not entirely sure how. You know what I'm probably supposed to do? I think I was probably supposed to shift to like the like. I think I'm just like supposed to full send and then get to the rail next to it and then jump to the other rail, because you can't really jump to the rail like next to it like that. I think that's what I'm supposed to do to get to that rail next to that one. Okay, I promise we're gonna do races. Okay, I promise we're gonna do races. I swear to you. I promise we're gonna do races in the racing game. You gotta believe me. Just jump up, Superstar Proto. I can A. I got that one once, but I like. Only grab the coins amongst the fallen leaves amongst us. Chat, I don't think we're gonna do racing. We're gonna do racing. I promise you, we're gonna do racing in the racing game. Oh, I broke my neck. I didn't break my neck. I'm just trying to like distract from my gameplay. Wee. I guess speaking of anime-related stuff, you know what I did this weekend. I finally ended my Gundam Seed journey. I've been talking about me watching Gundam Seed recently. And how I consider it probably one of the worst Gundam-related things I've ever seen. Like, sometimes, you know, at least the you know, I watched the original Gundam Seed. And I thought it was at least kind of entertaining because everyone's kind of fucked up in that show. Everyone's just kind of a psychopath. So it takes what is otherwise a pretty boring, you know, uninteresting story and makes it at least a little bit more interesting. By the fact that some of the people in the game are just insane assholes. Oh! I was so close there. And then there was the next the very next series, you know, Seed Destiny, which actually had a pretty strong start. I think that was a good way of building off of original Seed, but then it also ended up getting pretty boring. I felt like I was losing my damn mind watching Seed Destiny because there's like this one important naval battle that happens, but it happens like 3 times in a row. I thought I was losing my damn mind. I'm like, did like my thing actually like go back to a previous episode or something? No, they really do just do the same naval battle like in 3 separate occasions for like several episodes. Sometimes I think I'm away from it. They go back to the sea where and then the exact same battle with the same people happens. It plays out almost exactly the same. I thought I was losing my goddamn mind. Even one of the characters like, are we seriously doing this again? So yeah, Seed Destiny was a lot worse than the original Seed in a lot of ways, which I didn't even really like the original Seed that much. I did like the main character of Seed Destiny though, if only because he's like slightly. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. I was overthinking that massively. Jesus Christ, I overthought that massively. Holy crap. Anyway, where's that last Peach Vandal? I know it's around here somewhere. Where's that damn last Peach Vandal? I know it's around the water somewhere. I want to get that real quick. But, yeah, so, anyway, after all that, I watched the new movie that came out last year, Seed Freedom. And, that's probably the best Gundam Seed-related thing out there. I thought it was pretty decent for the most part. It still had some insane bullshit, which I guess it wouldn't be Gundam Seed if it didn't have at least a little bit of insane bullshit. That made me be like, what the fuck am I watching? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that switch. I just want the Peach Medallion. I just want the Peach Medallion, and then we'll do some flipping races. Okay, do some flipping races. We'll do racing when KH4 comes out, which is never. Don't bet on Kingdom Hearts, kids. Don't bet on Kingdom Hearts coming out until suddenly it's revealed one random day. Not even like for a special event or nothing. Just you know, it'll just be shown off. It'll be like how Splatoon Raiders was announced, where it's just like a random post on Nintendo's Twitter. Same with Square Enix's Twitter. They'll just announce KH4. Hey, look, KH4 gameplay. What? So I guess overall with my rant on Gundam Seed is I guess I'm kind of glad I did it because you know I've been trying to watch as much Gundam related stuff as possible, and I've enjoyed a lot of it for the most part. I really love Gundam, but yeah, Seed was probably the lowest points for me personally. But I'm glad I did it. I'm just not glad I could probably move on to something else at some point. I've been watching Gurren Lagann on my own time the past couple of days to try to kind of as a palate cleanser, you know, watch you know, from going from one of the incredibly long, not super great mecha things I've ever seen in my entire life to my favorite anime. So I've been rewatching that a little bit just for funsies, a bit of a palate cleanser. I don't. Is he just chilling? He's like, eh. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm not gonna find that Peach Medallion. Let's just go somewhere else. Okay, I could play that all day. I actually really like the open world. It's kind of a nice zone out kind of thing. But this game is not about zoning out. This game is about killing. Let's try battle mode. I haven't tried battle mode yet. I'm gonna win. Okay, we got some new ologies. Oh yeah, we got the coin coffer. Yeah, I still don't understand why all the characters are separate slots. It's like, look how big this roster is. But they're all the same. Look how big this roster is. Okay, we got Rosalinda. That's cool. I'll play Shy Guy. Got the Mecha Trek and the Locomoto. I like that. Wah! Shy Guy is so me. I joined! Let's go. It's not Mario racing all around the world. I mean, it kind of is. It is racing all around the world, technically. We are indeed racing all around the world faster than ever. How do I pop a wheelie? Can you still pop wheelies, or was that like a thing from the bygone era? I think it might be a thing from a bygone era. Have you even been able to pop wheelies since Wii? I don't even remember. You think I know this? How many times have I played Mario Kart on stream? How many times have I played Mario Kart on stream? Now we're going for the next available race. Is anybody playing battle mode? Let's find out. I guess we'll see what it's like. I like battle mode. I used to play. I used to be kind of sad because in some like Mario Kart 64, you never really got the chance to play battle mode because it didn't have any CPUs. So when they started adding CPUs and stuff like the GameCube, Mario Kart Double Dash, I was really happy about that. I'm not checking the VODs. Fuck you. I don't need you to check the VODs. I don't even know what I said. I seriously don't know what I say half the time sometimes. Like, you've seen that happen plenty of times on stream where somebody will answer something and I'm like, I don't even know what I said. Like, sometimes it can be a little stream of consciousness-y. Basically like Mario Kart 8's I've heard. Oh, okay. Oh, right. I asked how many times I played Mario Kart. Right. Wait, you mean like base 8s? No, you didn't say deluxe? Oh, that's not good. Base Mario Kart 8 has like the worst battle mode in any game. That's not good. I guess we'll find out. I got the Slope Styler. Oh my god, Shy Guy outfits. I need to unlock all the Shy Guy outfits, I think. Okay, Mario Circuit, Big Donut, or Dino Jungle? Let's go to Big Donut. Oh no, people play battle mode. Okay, cool. I was kind of worried because we kind of struggled to find people to play with when we first played this on Wednesday online. But it looks like battle mode is pretty alive. Mostly. Yeah, here we go. All right, let's go. I still got my Bob-omb sticker. I wish I could play as a Bob-omb. I wish King Bob-omb was playable in more stuff. Okay, we're doing coin runners. Let's go. This seems pretty standard. A Big Donut, kind of a well-known track. How dare you? Oh my god! I don't. It's not 150 cc. I don't think. And if you don't know, 100 cc stands for cubic centimeters, which is how big your engine is. Fun fact. Well, I can tell you one thing. That so far, this isn't quite like Mario Kart 8. If this is Mario Kart 8, we would just be playing repurposed tracks. And thankfully, that's not that so far with Big Donut. Maybe it is for some of the other ones. But at least for now, this appears to be a battle-ass battle mode track. Damn, I never knew that. Yeah, I think it only goes up to a certain points. Like I don't know what the limit is, but I think it's like after a certain size of the engine, then it starts measuring horsepower. I'm pretty sure. Which isn't horsepower kind of fucked up because one horse doesn't actually equal the power of one horse, like for real. Did he just have a snowboard with the trick? That's amazing. That's a cool detail. I didn't know they had like unique trick animations. It's the only retro battle track. This is the only retro one, really? Oh, that seems kind of weird. Well, I guess they're all new ones. Like, I guess we'll see. But yeah, so far this is a battle. It's Big Donut. Big Donut's like one of the more simple ones that have ever been released. Like the only one's more simple than Big Donut is like the Mario Kart Circus one for like the SNES ones. So this is fine. I wish they would bring back Funky Stadium. I always loved Funky Stadium from Wii. That was always a good time. And they should also make it so that you can play battle mode on like the console. You can play on the DS and like the GameCube on Double Dash. Where's the one where I can play on the Nintendo Switch? Well, that guy's a gamer. He's all defensed up. A horse is like 3.2 horsepower or something stupid. Yeah, it's not 1-to-1. Like I kind of expected it would be. I failed. So I'm about 6 HP on effort and averaging out to 15 HP. Oh, I only have 15 HP now. Damn it. Am I like going against the grain? I feel like I'm running into people that are running. They're all going the different way than me. Eh. I think I'm gonna chase that guy. Oh, I don't know if I can run him over. You got a lot of coins. Let me fix that. I'm not gonna fix that. Oh dear. Wait, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I didn't do that good. I had a lot of coins at one point. I don't know more though. It's not as bad as base 8, but it's big ass maps like 8. Well, my big problem, my big problem with 8 was, you know, for one thing, big ass maps, but also the fact that they were just retooled. They were just retooled courses, which is super lame. Although I feel like there's a good chance that a lot of these courses probably be like retooled, like I think Big Donut has got to be somewhere in the open world, right? I just haven't seen it. They have to be like retooled parts of the open world, which I guess it makes sense. You know, if you're gonna make a whole ass open world with a bunch of different maps, you might as well toss them in. But yeah, I don't know what 1 horsepower is equal to. But it's something. It is something weird that isn't 1-to-1 to what a horsepower is. What you'd expect. Yeah, I used to think that horsepower was just kind of like a thing. Like I thought it was just kind of like a name. Let's go to Moo Moo Meadows. I'll try that one. Oh my god! Meow, meow. Like I thought it was just kind of a phrase. I didn't know it was actually supposed to be measuring like how many horses this car is worth. 1 horsepower is about an average 6 horsepower. Bullshit, it isn't a horse. I know. Where's then what cow power? We're playing with the real Toad? Bro. He's here. Coin runners again. Alright, let's see what this is like. I'm going for that food. 1 horsepower can be up to a max of about 15 horsepower. That's crazy. The horses are getting too powerful. Everybody stop praying for my grandpa. He's getting too powerful. What do we get? Oh, just regular Shy Guy. I think I do want to try to unlock all the costumes I can for Shy Guy. Because like he's got costumes. Everybody loves Shy Guy. I guess I got the crown. This does appear to be a big ass map. I can tell you that right now. Looking at that mini map. That was so mean. I really didn't need to do that. That was so mean. That guy was just trying to get items. That's a Shy Guy. I ain't your buddy, guy. Yeah, I always love the battle maps in 8 Deluxe. Those are always pretty fun. Oy. Big fan of the Splatoon map. I don't know if we'll get anything similar if this game ends up getting collabs with another game. My 3 shells. Yeah, they seem pretty spread out, but I guess also to be fair, we're not really playing with the full lobby right now. Like, there's about half as many people as there would usually be. It'd probably be a little bit more chaotic and probably more justify the open maps if there are more people in. Oh my god! Get away from me. Don't touch me. Ah! Oh, I'd hit that guy. Right now, but right now I'm just kind of cruising. 1 HP is 32.5 CC on average, but it can range anywhere from 15 to 80. That sounds like a very nice measurement, and it seems nice and consistent. That's cool. Oh god, I gotta be killing more people. I didn't mean to kill the small child, but what other choice did I have? What other choice did I have besides to attack the child?
Destroy the child.
Boo, 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 boo. Oh my god. I just hear the song and I just thinking of Rockin' Robin. Oh, wait, that's not really Rockin' Robin, is it? Do 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 boo 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 boo. How did you even hit me and why? I'm just a shy guy. I'm just a cheeky little guy. I'm just a bit of a cheeky guy. Why? Get away from me. Oh, that's it. That's it, motherfucker. Come here. That's a banana. That's not gonna do anything. That's not gonna help me at all. Ay, ay, ay. I got 11 coins. I got 11 whole coins. I like this bike. It's a train. Yeah, 6. I guess that's fine. My guy's just running into the walls. Whatever, Shy Guy. Whatever you say, bud. Alrighty then. I want to at least see if we can at least play it one Elonkin Muskrat. You know, it's not Cheeky Shy without the mask. That's right, Shy Guy without the mask. Only Luigi knows what it's truly like underneath there, and he was horrified. Luigi, you cannot grasp Shy Guy's true form. I love Shy Guy. Everybody loves Shy Guy. Who doesn't love Shy Guy? I love that he brings out a snowboard in this costume. That's so fun. That's what the point of the mask is. Change Chomp Desert, you say? Well, does that look familiar? That's one of the reasons for the mask is. Ow. I really want to change the world, but I can't find my phone. I want to find a girl, but I can't change my clothes. I had a friend who kept harassing me with that dude's songs. Just kept bringing them up randomly. So I'm too familiar with that kind of stuff more than I'd like to admit. We're playing with the real Mario. Wow. I guess only coin runners exist. I'm in your walls wrong. I'm crashing into them. I don't practice Santeria. I live inside your walls. Alright, let's get in there. I'd like to try something that isn't coin runners, but this is fine, I guess. Wow, rectangle. Rectangles! Better than rectangles. Candy bars. Get away from me, Super! Oh yeah, I'm grooving. Yeah, this is very much themed after the Peach level. I guess this is kind of... It's not quite Mario Kart 8 level, but it is kind of... It is sort of like a repurposed race level, a little bit. I guess by nature of this game being open world and having everything being part of like a big connected world, it's a lot more open by default. So at least it's not that level. I don't think anything could ever be that level of how bad Mario Kart 8, original Mario Kart 8's battle courses were. Like it's just not. It's I don't think it even if like the the battle courses are like completely sauceless. I don't think it could ever get to that point. Like that was just like that's like a one kind of one time kind of mistake you make. That's a one timer. I mean, hopefully, I guess give it time. I don't know. You once said that's one of the point of the masses to your friend. He sung the entire song then and there. It's like a year and a half ago. Damn. That's like MK Ultra. That's what the point of the mask is. I mean, I've referenced that plenty of times. Anytime a mask is brought up on stream, so I guess I'm part of the problem more than I am part of the solution in that regard. Really. Oh yeah, green mushroom. Take it easy. Oh, I missed. There we go. That's the red variety. I don't even need your coins. I just need to make sure you don't have them. I'm like the opposite of Wario. I'm John Poverty. It's not that I want your coins. I just want to make sure you don't have them. That's not gotta be like the worst villain like most insane villain motivation ever. It's like, I don't want the money. I just want to make sure you don't have the money. It's like, damn, you didn't win. I just wear the mask. I wear a mask. That's what the reason for the mask is. Because I think it looks cool. There's no deeper reason than that. I just think it looks cool. I should have thrown that behind me. Fuzzy batteries. I could go for some fuzzy batteries right now. When we played Unleashed for that last day, I kind of my Wii remote really could use some fuzzy batteries for realsies. It only had one battery. I'm doing crazy railroads. I didn't even mean to do that, man. You just kind of ran into my shell and you ran into a parked car. All right, I'm just kind of hitting the middle when it comes to these. I'm not getting like the upper echelon of coin runners. I like to play something that isn't coin runners. I wonder what are the game modes? Are they like coin runners, balloon battle, and like shine runners or something? Actually, not entirely sure. I kind of wish you could choose your game mode. Oh my god, Piranha Plant's Lullaby. That's fun. No. I love this game's remixes so much. I kind of want to switch it to something like Crossroads, where you can kind of make your own playlist and then just have them play during the tracks. That'd be kind of fun. Okay. We haven't been to DK Pass or Mario Circuit. I want to try Mario Brothers Circuit. It looks like everybody wants to go to DK Pass. Is that like one of the best maps? Big like a misplace this stream. I mean, I think the biggest misplace could have came from me trying to do those challenges over and over again. That's probably been our most misplaced so far. Yeah, I guess me just being middling on the leaderboard. But that's not really a misplay. That's just kind of like natural mediocrity, you know? Not that noteworthy. Oh, balloon battle. Okay, cool. Can't wait to play Mario Kart World one day. This game's nice. I like it so far. I wouldn't say it's worth $80, but then again, I wouldn't say any game's really worth $80. But you know, it's fun. I'm glad. I'm kind of glad I got this as the pack-in for the Switch too, because I gotta be honest, in a post Crossroads and post Air Riders world, I probably wouldn't have got this if it wasn't like if it wasn't the pack-in. If like Bonanza or Air Riders had a pack-in, I probably would have got that instead. But I'm glad I went with Mario Kart World. It's a nice game. It's fun. Now, if you ask me what the better kart racer is between the two, well, I don't know. I probably have to give it to Crossroads just because I'm a big fan of a lot of the single player that game has. There's like, and I like the customization of like the karts and the different builds. That stuff to me I think is really cool, and kind of beats it out in my mind to this, but I still like this a lot. It's Mario Kart. It's fun. I'll likely be playing it with some pals at some point. Can we get a few misplays for the fans? You got it, bud. Hold on, watch this one. Some misplays for some guys, some misplays for some gals, some misplays for the MB, some misplays for the fans, some misplays for the haters. Are you just like writing like my YouTuber song? Am I gonna like come out and just start rapping this one day? This is my thing. Oh dear God. I can't wait to be a YouTuber musician. Musician, yeah, that's me. It's like a physician. But from Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I guess I'm just gonna try to hit and run like a huge coward. Kirby's gonna be the better kart racer when you play it. Well, I'm probably biased because you know Kirby Air Ride was one of my favorite GameCube games. You know, game I never thought was ever gonna get a sequel. So I might be biased just from the fact that, you know, it exists now. But yeah, we'll get to that someday. Apparently, there's not really any major updates planned for it because the whole idea was that, you know, it was a game that was, you know, fully released, full package, without really any major updates in mind, which I can respect that. You know, it's cool when the game gets a lot of updates, but I do like the hustle of making a fully released game in this day and age. That doesn't always happen a whole lot, less than you'd expect. Oh, if it was up to me, I probably would have had that game just last forever, because you know that's just me. I would have played Kirby Air Raiders for the rest of my life. But I could probably still do that even if it doesn't get infinite updates. You know, City Trial was perfectly addictive as it is in the original game, even when in comparison the game was not as insane as Air Raiders seems to be. So I think that'll be just fine. Oh man, I had the crown first. Oh, I had the crown for a second. I was gonna throw that bomb into a crowd. I was gonna throw that bomb into the crowd and hope for the best. Damn. You never had to pluralize NB before. Every French bone in your body wants you to try NBRE, but that looks so wrong to type in English into the English eyes. The human eyes. I canonically have French bones, but English eyes. Damn, your build is crazy. You went down some pretty insane skill tree routes. You know what the best car racer is? Garfield Kart 2. Hell yeah. You know, I seen people talking about 2 cakes and all that when it comes to the kart races coming out recently. Well, compared to Garfield Kart 2, it's like 3 cupcakes and a 5-course meal. And of course, the 5-course meal I'm talking about is Garfield Kart 2. Isn't there a Garfield Kart 3? I could have sworn that was like a thing that was announced a while ago. Or was 2 Garfield Kart 3? Am I making sense? I don't know. All right. I want to go to the Bardo Statue Land. Well, I got a new outfit. Oh, he's got headphones. Nice. Tune in tonight at 7 to find out the origin of other parts of my body. Ah, yes, body part reveal. That's what they should do at the next Game Awards. It should just be revealed that Jeff Keighley is like some kind of Frankenstein's monster. He got parts from different people of the game industry. I got my eyes from Gabe Newell. I got my tongue from Todd Howard. I got my arms from Yosef Fares. That'd be crazy. 2 is Garfield Kart 3. I know what I said probably didn't make a lick of sense, but like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I could have sworn there was like a new Garfield Kart like announced like recently, and it wasn't 2. Okay, we're doing Coin Runners again. I guess Coin Runners is the only game mode that exists. If there's a 3rd game mode, I don't know about it yet. This is cool. I know about this track. I know this track is like crazy. I've seen people play this track. It's like the Dino Jungle from Double Dash, but it has like a Jurassic Park theme. I've seen people play that. It looks so cool. I can't wait to try that. Remember when I said we're gonna do actual races? This isn't really races, is it? What did you get from Kojima? His creativity. And now Jeff Keighley is unstoppable. He is gonna become the weapon that surpasses Metal Gear. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Die out of the Shy Guy. Do people not like Jeff Keighley? His name has the most fucked up spelling. I thought it was Jeff Keighley. I don't know. I saw some people kind of wondering where he came from, but he's actually been someone that's been like in the industry for a long time now. He's kind of bounced around from you know, legit game developer to, you know, someone who's, you know, just kind of reports on a lot of stuff like he does with the Game Awards. I mean, I don't hate him, but I just think that sometimes I think the actual Game Awards show could get a little cowardly sometimes when it kind of tries to make points about the industry, but then it kind of like still promotes the exact people that are being criticized. Like when it came to you know, a few years ago when all the stuff started happening with Blizzard, and a lot of developers got revealed to being like, you know, just like horribly mistreating their employees. there was a moment where he flashed up a hotline to kind of someone call if you're experiencing bad just kind of workplace abuse, that kind of thing. But then in the exact same breath, he's like, hey, here's this game by Quantic Dream, which is a game where one of its leading creatives, David Cage, was put on trial for just all the worst crimes possible. Just being an absolute menace, sexually harassing a lot of his workers, and just abuse in general. So it kind of blew my mind, where it's like, hey, here's this hotline if you're experiencing workplace abuse. Anyway, here's Quantic Dream. It was kind of a similar case. I feel like it's kind of getting similar. The more AI stuff is kind of starting to leak its way, kind of worm its way into just everything in general. Because I feel like a lot of stuff where it's like Jeff Keighley, kind of praises a lot of the creativity and the soul that goes in a lot of video games. Kind of falls on deaf ears when stuff like Arc Raiders wins, a game that uses AI voices for his voice acting, and having like Google commercial ads that have AI generated assets in them. Like, I know a lot of that stuff isn't totally in his control, because at the end of the day, it's a show with sponsors, but it's like, I don't know. You think the G is silent? I don't know if it is silent. Keighley. I always hear people say Keighley, so I actually don't know if it is or not. I'm pretty sure. I actually don't think it is silent. There's more dinos down at Jungle. Or showing the please wrap it up thing during a speech. That was a big deal and shit. Oh yeah, people were not happy about that. I forget who did he do. I think he actually didn't he do that to a Nintendo developer. I think that might be part of the reason why Nintendo was kind of not super involved with the Game Awards. Doug Bowser just spawned out of nowhere, took the award, and then left. Like, the most we got from Nintendo at the Game Awards was like, Nintendo Switch 2 has games. Here's some of them. Like, there was some reveals from Nintendo at the Game Awards, stuff like Sephiroth and Joker being in Smash and that kind of thing. I haven't played Salty Speedway yet. I hope people vote for that. I've been trying for years to go through this one stage with the Birdo statue, like normally, like outside of battle mode, and I just like I want to go to the Birdo statue. That's Kirsten, but also people know better. I feel like it'd be so hard to stay in the positive light of people in the industry, fans and sponsors. Yeah, that's kind of where I kind of am not as hard on old Jeffy when it comes to that kind of stuff, because at the end of the day, he does kind of have to run a show and it's full of sponsors. Like, as much as I would love him to do a big old public takedown of Blizzard when all that stuff is going down, he kind of can't do that, because that's just kind of how, because burning bridges in a show like that is like one of the last things you want to do. So it kind of sucks in that way that we're never really gonna he's never gonna really go super hard on that kind of thing. Like, he could kind of make allusions to wanting better things for the industry, but can't really. When it comes to like the actual show itself, it can only be like so committal. Otherwise, just kind of burn down every bridge possible. Which I would love still. I would love it if he's like, fuck all you. But that's not gonna happen. Nintendo Switch 2 had an exclusive game. But I'm sure TJ is the Winter Game Fest, but oh well. It kind of is at this point. How many people are just kind of watching for the reveals? And the music. That's basically why I watch every year, is for the reveals of the music. Like, I don't know, I feel like I've never really understood the point of award shows, because my whole feeling on awards is that that guy's driving in the walls. I like that guy. I always kind of felt when it comes to awards, like awards, it doesn't matter if a game gets an awards or not. That doesn't really tell if a game is really good or not. Sure, I would have loved the Xenoblade 3 won Game of the Year that one year, but I don't really need it to know that it's a game that I love dearly, that I would recommend to anybody. I know I can understand just kind of watching for fun and being like, oh, I hope this wins, but I feel like some people get like legitimately heated when it comes to award shows, where it's like, it's kind of, a lot of award shows are kind of rigged as it is, the way the voting process goes anyway. So I kind of don't understand the people get like, some people got like livid at Expedition 33 for winning all those awards. It's like, why do you care so much? Why do you care about the actual awards so much? I know that's like a dumb thing to say about the game awards, but like, I don't know. I always thought award shows were just kind of bunk, just kind of in general. Like, I like them for like celebrations of cool stuff that happen, you know, over the year when it comes to stuff like, you know, music awards, film awards, and game awards. But I always thought the actual awards were kind of secondary. Maybe I'm crazy for saying that. I don't know. It's kind of like how the Game Awards, but not really reference bad stuff, or reference the bad stuff, but not go to the Game Awards because no sponsors. Yeah, so that's kind of where the Game Awards is kind of in a weird in between, where it sort of references bad stuff, but also still gives a platform to the people who are responsible for the bad stuff. Like, you know, Naughty Dog has a lot of reference when it comes to the Game Awards, but Naughty Dog was under fire for that kind of stuff as well. When it came to stuff like crunch culture and workplace abuse. But then it's like, here's this game by these amazing developers at Naughty Dog, one of the most revered, one of the most revered people in the industry. I mean, 9/11 Awards is insane for anything. I mean, like, if you're going to the 9/11 Awards, I think you're just going there to have a bad time no matter what happens, you know. Whoever wins the awards, whoever doesn't win awards, you're just going there for a bad time. If she limit for awards or something. Oh, 9 out of a... Oh, I thought you were making a joke about the 9/11. Never mind. No, I kind of agree with that because, you know, I have no stake when it comes to Expedition 33. I haven't played the game. I'm kind of interested in it because it's kind of like I like turn-based RPGs. And I've heard it's good, but it's also like, yeah, if you are interested in the actual awards, it probably doesn't make for super interesting awards. It just one thing just sweeps everything. Like, I feel like that almost kind of defeats the purpose a little bit of like, oh well, it's just this one game that does everything. You say things are bad, then you can no longer say anything. I read it that way too first. Yeah, I thought we were like, oh, that's a new exciting award show. You know, at E3, I think I enjoy the combat, but I don't like the art style. I've seen a little bit of the game. It is kind of like kind of your box standard, realism kind of game. And yeah, that's not my personal favorite kind of art style. You know, it has merit. People do like like when games look like that, but I don't know. I guess I don't really care for realism. I kind of prefer when games are a lot more stylized, personally. Like, sure, having a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 that looks like, you can see the pores on Arthur's face. Yeah, that looks cool, but it's at the same time, I don't know. I like fun art styles. I like when you do stuff that you can't do in real life with video games, Okay, we're going to a new stage I haven't been to yet. Mario Circuit. Coin runners again. So many coin runners. I think the only other one I haven't done is... Have we done DK Pass? No, we did. We did DK Pass. We didn't do Chain Chomp Desert, though, which I think Chain Chomp Desert is fucking lying. Because that looked like Thwomp Desert from Double Dash. But I guess we'll see. You swear you weren't making a 9/11 joke. I know that now, but I read that at first. Like, what do you mean the 9/11 awards? Like, damn. Maybe that's the award show the world needs? I don't know. Maybe it's the one the world deserves, not the one the world needs or something. I don't know. I just don't like realism type style. I feel it's super diluted right now, and I much prefer very stylized games. I kind of feel that way as well, because, when it comes to the Game Awards, I kind of try to go with the attitude of stuff like, when it comes to like it's kind of anything with a lot of announcements, I always kind of try to go with the attitude of, even if this isn't for me, that I know it's for somebody out there, but I kind of feel like I get to the point where, like, I've been sick of of Asian Japan as a setting for years now, as like an aesthetic and and it feels like that's like the kind of game that was announced a lot of times. That kind of style, realistic Asian Japan type game was announced all the times at Game Awards. Like, it's been a thing for like every year the Game Awards, but I feel like this year in particular, I feel like I had a lot of those. One of them looked kind of cool. I forget what it was called. It was like Blade and something. Blade Zero? I don't know. That looked kind of fun in terms of gameplay, but sometimes some of the games announced can really blend together with like a realistic third-person shooter, ancient Japan's kind of style. But usually stuff that stands out to me is either stuff that's already recognizable, because I will totally cop that. I think it's just a me thing, Because I feel like people who saw the Ace Combat 8 reveal probably feels the same as I do about most realistic kind of styles. You know, people, if you're not familiar with Ace Combat 8, it probably looks like every other game to you, but with planes, right? So you know, it could very much just kind of be a me thing where it's like, well, I'm not interested in this, so it looks worse because I'm not interested in it. You know, Expedition 33, it won greatest art directions. That game's probably really beautiful to some people, but when I see it, it's like, I don't know, just kind of, it looks like an Unreal Engine game, you know? It looks like John Unreal, you know? History of RPGs, Persona 5, no other games, Expedition 33. You know, I kind of feel bad for the Expedition 33 devs, though, because I think they culminated the kind of fan base they absolutely didn't want with Expedition 33, because you know, the developers of that game, they wear the inspiration of the games on their sleeves, you know, heavily inspired by you know, Final Fantasy and you know, just classic JRPGs in general. But I'll still sometimes see people on the internet as like Expedition 33 is like the only compelling RPG I've ever played in years. It's like, dog. Sounds like someone that doesn't play Xenoblade or Persona or Dragon Quest, SMT, Metaphor, oh yeah, Yakuza. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't take those kind of takes seriously. That whenever I see something like that where it's like games aren't good anymore or anything like that, so you're not playing the right games. Just go play some games, man. Play some goddamn games. Like, anyway. Pick up a pencil. Pick up a controller. Anyway. Half the trailers from the Game Awards that blended together in your head. Some of them look the same and had similar settings and themes. It was kind of why the badge game stood out so much. John Unreal Space Marine. Yeah, exactly. Why don't they stop making Unreal Engine and make an Unreal game? Yeah. I think it was like Unreal. I was like Unreal. I forget which version of Unreal, but I think it was like Unreal 4 or something. That just recently got like a massive community patch where, you know, you can play it online. I want to check that out. I never played Unreal. I'm a real big fan of arena shooters. You know, stuff like Quake. I played a little bit of Tribes Ascend for a while. That was cool. But I never really dipped my toes in Unreal, and usually I'm a big fan of those kinds of classic shooters. Even though it's not really a classic shooter, it's kind of it's weird. It's kind of like a post Half-Life kind of shooter where it's more classic than what was going on. Well, actually, was it post Half-Life? I don't remember. I just remember that game was a huge deal when it first came out because the visual style was. I don't think it was post Half-Life now that I think about it, because Half-Life changed everything. My timeline's all fucked up. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't even playing PC games at the time all that stuff was going on. I was over here playing Super Mario. I didn't even know what was going on. Everybody look, it's new Pokemon bad, old Pokemon good because nostalgia over and over and over. I mean, I think that there is genuine criticisms to be had with recent Pokemon games. I say this as someone that still loves them and still plays them. Like, I can't blame people for no longer trusting the series because of Scarlet and Violet. Because for as much as I enjoy Scarlet and Violet, I can't say that I think that game is like presentable. Like, if I don't know, if I saw that game, it's like, this is fucking Thwomp Desert. What do you mean? What do you mean Chain Chomp Desert? Like, it makes me sad because ZA was really good. I enjoyed the heck out of ZA, and you know that game is far from perfect. You know, I still have some issues with it, but I still had fun with it. But it kind of makes me it kind of makes me sad that you know, the kind of reputation that Scarlet and Violet ended up getting kind of made people write it off right away. Like, yeah, I guess the game probably could have looked a lot better visually. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. Probably could have had better animations and voice acting and stuff like that. Probably. I think what's there is still really fun. It's not the violence game of all time, but I still love it. I actually tried it out a little bit on the Switch too over the weekend, just to see what it was like. And yeah, the 60 FPS feels kind of nuts. And you know, the extra Pokemon spawns are really cool. But yeah, the game is still pretty ugly, I gotta say. Like I like, yeah. It'll be nice when we do get around to playing it on stream. You know, I think the 60 FPS does wonders in making the game feel a lot better, because the game just kind of felt really sluggish on the original Switch version. But yeah, no, I just can't. It doesn't help that in a post ZA world where I think ZA is kind of Scarlet and Violet's art style done just way better. It has a very similar art style, but it feels a lot less just kind of washed out. Just kind of washed out. The models feel just a lot better in general, and the world in particular. That Scarlet and Violet world is just, it's very empty feeling. It just feels so barren. But no, the 60 FPS felt good. But I still noticed that it still kind of has like it's still kind of buggy with stuff like popping. Like I was just kind of right around on Miraidon. Is that how you even pronounce that? On my purple dinosaur bike. I was still seeing like, oh, that tree just kind of appeared out of nowhere. Which, to be fair, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me as much as it does like other people. But it's still kind of noticeable. It felt even crazier. Where it's like, wow, this game feels so smooth now. And then it's like, oh yeah, that still happens. Not as bad as the ones on launch, but it still looks like the game of all time though. Yeah. ZA looks better when you don't have someone yelling up at the buildings. I really didn't think ZA looked that terrible. Like yeah, it does have like repeated textures and stuff, and I guess it probably could have been more detailed in that respect. But I don't know. Looked all right. Like I was impressed with it on the original Switch version. It had its resolution was very poopy, but other than that, I was surprised how good and how well it ran on the Switch version, which just makes me want to play the Switch 2 version even more. Which I wish was a free upgrade. I'm gonna still complain about that. Like, yeah, I know, I understand why they do it because it's like the times and all that, but I'm still kind of sad about that. These figure markets when something cool gets added and people respond, well, there's a bare minimum, it should have been there already. Like, it pissed me off so much. I guess I kind of understand the argument sometimes, like how this game it added in sound options which should have been there in the first place. There is, but it's kind of a weird thing when it comes to the Pokemon series where some stuff will just get added in and just kind of ignored in the next thing. I don't always hate it when it comes to certain gimmicks like stuff like the Pokénav and like the Poketch and that kind of stuff because sometimes it kind of adds to make a game feel more distinct, and I don't really mind if it's not in the next game. It does feel bad when like a really nice feature that a previous game had is just kind of left out for whatever reason. That always feels kind of bad. They'll get playing about the buildings. I was kind of surprised because I remember seeing like a couple of reviewers that I think we've seen every battle map. I'm gonna do one more. If I'm gonna see if there's Shine Run. If Shine Run doesn't exist, I can't tell you if it's battle or coin or not. If it's just those two, I guess we'll find out. I know for me personally, I didn't think ZA was like the worst looking game ever. Like, yeah, I guess it probably could have looked better maybe, but I don't know. I guess it could have also looked worse, giving prior engagements. Which is they're fine painted. There's a new content or whatever, but it's just a graphic update. Just give me a free update. I kind of feel the same way. I mean, some of the graphic updates are free. Like Odyssey was free, and Odyssey was free. Like, yeah, I guess it's like it's paying for more content. It's like how we pay for DLC. But I don't know. I still feel slightly gouged. Slightly gouged by it. I can look at battle modes. Yeah, please do, because I don't know if Shine Run exists or not. I couldn't tell you. Also, we don't have a lot of people playing right now, so this map is gonna feel massive. Yeah, that's kind of a shame that it kind of makes the battle maps feel like they're already kind of huge as it is. But when you're playing with not a full lobby, it just kind of accentuates it a little bit, doesn't it? Unlike music volume options, I get it, but for something like, oh, different Pokemon have interactions with other Pokemon in the game and they relate to lore, it's so cool. The response should have been like that in the game anyway. Hold on, I'm gonna kill this Bowser. Yeah. I mean, I always feel kind of weird about how some Pokemon games are kind of criticized. Like, I don't think anything is like above criticism or anything like that. Like, if people have issues with the game, then that's fine. That's that's up to them. But I know for me, when it came to like Sword and Shield is like absolutely not my favorite Pokemon game like in the world. Like, it's probably somewhere in the middle, lower middle, probably for me personally. But it always felt kind of crazy the way people talked about it. Like I had a lot of issues with Sword and Shield that kind of stemmed from, I think, it being a massive step down from Sun and Moon in a lot of ways. Mostly in terms of, like, you know, characters, writing, and just kind of like, you know, the just kind of generally how the way the game is paced. Because Sun and Moon kind of felt like a nice, you know, reprieve from the normal Pokemon formula, doing the trials and that kind of thing, feeling kind of like more of an adventure, you know, going to those different islands with your little party. I like that a lot. But then Sword and Shield was kind of more of a return to form, and it kind of tried to keep those elements with like the gym challenges and stuff like that. But I just felt like if you want me to tell you anything interesting about like Sword and Shield's characters, I think it's kind of interesting how we destroy Hop's entire dreams. I guess makes me feel kind of bad, but it is something. I like that scene where Marnie tried to smile in the mirror. I guess I don't know. I couldn't tell you anything else about her. And then Beat existed. But then I see people talking about it online, and like the biggest problem stems from the idea that, you know, the people zoom in on that one tree and they hate that one tree. Like, you know, I guess I kind of get it, as, you know, you see a tree and it's like, that tree should look better, I guess, but I don't know. I think even by the time Sword and Shield came out, I kind of had my expectations tempered for a Switch game. But I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to get at is I think Sword and Shield had a lot of problems that extended beyond like a low resolution tree. I don't think it was exactly overhated, but it was more like hated for the wrong reasons, I guess. Like, that game has issues that extend beyond, like, I guess looking kind of ugly, which it's kind of funny looking back. Like, I never thought Sword and Shield looked ugly as it is, but, like, you know, it's just like in retrospect, it's kind of crazy. Someone over 300 hours of violence, 240 in ZA. I'm starting to think I just enjoy things more than I don't. I clearly do feel the dislike of like others SV's map and variety of Pokemon. I never really noticed the graphics in any way of either. I mean, I certainly noticed that with my eyes, but I still enjoyed parts of the games. But I don't know. Scarlet and Violet kind of makes me feel like a hypocrite sometimes. Anyway, that's the last battle modes. I think that was all the maps we played too, so I think we're done with that for now. Let's do some online races, I think. That'd be cool. We should do at least a knockout tour at some point. We got Pit Crew Shanghai. Wow. Okay, who do we need to unlock more outfits for? I'll play as Toadette. No, you know what? No, I'll play as Dry Bones. We'll play as Toadette later. He's dead. Do you have any good like bone themed ones? I'm all bonesed up right now. I guess not. I'll Cloud9 it. Why the hell not? I've seen an amazing, super cool area in the game, and I love it. I'll never think about all the mid-looking places in the background. I mean, I kind of think I kind of get what you're saying when it comes to, like, you know, looking at kind of the finer details, but I know I know it's pretty noticeable for me personally when it comes to like Scarlet and Violet and ZA, and Scarlet and Violet makes me feel like a hypocrite, you know, because I'm one of the people who firmly believe in the idea of you know, gameplay over graphics. You know, as long as the game is fun to play, then the visuals shouldn't really matter. But Scarlet and Violet is kind of my test on that, you know, because it's like, yeah, I like Scarlet and Violet's gameplay in a lot of ways. It kind of goes beyond the way the game looks. It's also how it feels to play. And the Switch 1 version just did not feel good to play, in my opinion. When it came to a lot, like, you know, I feel like the game kind of felt unresponsive in general, and like kind of the, you know, the very fluctuating frame rates. It just did not feel good to play to me most of the time. And yeah, you know, 60 FPS patch, you know, for Switch 2 definitely helps with that a lot. But, you know, when it came to my first playthrough of Scarlet and Violet, a lot of what I enjoyed about the game, which include the story, the characters, I guess wasn't enough for me to you know, feel like I enjoyed playing them, you know, most of the time. Galar looks pretty minus that one tree. No, you know, Galar looks pretty good. I guess, like, a lot of the like the town areas looked really nice in Galar. I guess it was kind of just more of the, I guess kind of like the open zone was kind of their test for you know, testing the waters for Scarlet and Violet when that would go fully open world. And I guess maybe that was kind of why it didn't look so good, because maybe that was kind of unfamiliar territory, I guess. But yeah, no, I think I think Sword and Shield visuals are kind of overhated. I just kind of felt that way since the beginning. And I talked about this before. I think games can. I still consider some games look pretty, even if sometimes they're it's not always like sometimes the models and textures aren't always up to snuff. But I think a game can still have a strong art direction. Like when I tell people that I thought when I played Xenoblade I thought it was a beautiful game. I'm not talking about Definitive Edition. Like Definitive Edition looks really good. I think it's a great looking game, one of the best looking games on the Switch. But the game that really captured my heart was does Drybones not have any costumes? That's so sad. The game that really captured my heart was the original Xenoblade, and that game had very muddy textures, very low resolution muddy textures, had very low poly models, but I still came at the end of it thinking that it was beautiful. I think a lot of that has to do with the game's art direction and environment design. So I think a low fidelity game can look really nice, look really cool. And it kind of makes me feel like maybe the same could have done with Scarlet if it had better environments. But no, the game just kind of feels bare to me. I know it's a hot take. Gala's a pretty region. I don't know if it is anyway either. When I'm playing a game until I get like 50 FPS, I don't notice the frame rate at all, and I don't really notice bad texture most of the time. I'll praise the way Pokemon look 100 times before getting upset at the way the group looks. I mean, sometimes I don't notice because apparently, Brotato, a game I've been playing quite a bit on the Switch for a while now. Apparently that wasn't already 60 FPS. Oh, where are we gonna go? I guess we haven't been to Dandelion Depths yet, have we? I didn't even know that game apparently wasn't 60 FPS. I think it was one of those weirdo FPSs that was somewhere between 30 and 60 maybe, and maybe that's why it was less noticeable to me. But I don't know. Say psych. I'm not gonna say psych. I think the Xenoblade on the Wii looks good. I like the way it looks. I like the way Satoral Marsh looks. I like the big open environments. And I liked it. I enjoyed it. That's kind of how I feel when people kind of talk about the idea of remakes or replacing games. Because I feel like I have to clarify that I love Definitive Edition and I do think it's the best way to play the game. But it's like the original is I still fell in love with it, even warts and all. So I don't know. I still think it's beautiful. Even if I guess by definition it isn't. That was a hot take on that, but I don't really think Pokemon graphics have ever been super good compared to the games of the time. Like, you didn't see any games that didn't look super good compared to the games that came out at the time. I went from grass to group. Oh, I didn't know what you're talking about, like how the group looks. Like, what group? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. No, but I kind of agree with you there because, I've always enjoyed Pokemon games, but sometimes I forget how beautiful a Game Boy game can look, how Game Boy Color games can look. Because, I love the way that Pokemon in Gold, Silver, and Crystal looks, but, like, kind of looking at that compared to like, Dragon Quest 3 is kind of nuts. Like, in a lot of ways, they do look similar, but I don't know. I feel like that DQ3 GBC is a lot more vibrant in a lot of ways. And I actually really like the way those games look, but it's kind of, it is kind of a matter of we're 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. It's kind of always been that way with the Pokemon series. Or 1 step forward, 2 steps back, whatever freaking phrases. Because I have to wonder how people felt, when Pokemon Crystal came out, and then you hop into the next the GBA games. It's like, how come the sprites don't move? They played their funny little animations with Crystal. How come they don't do that now? Like, I gotta wonder if there's like old forums of people being like, man, Pokemon games are so ugly these days. The sprites don't even move like they did in Crystal. Like, I always thought most of the time that Pokemon games were serviceable in terms of graphics. Sometimes I really like the way they look. Like I'm still a big fan of how Coliseum looks. I know Pokemon having 3D models isn't like that's kind of big whoop these days because that's always how it's been. But I don't know, something about Coliseum's art style I think still kind of captures me a little bit. Might be nostalgia, I don't know. But no, I guess for me personally, I think most games have always looked kind of serviceable. But I think the only one that I would say looked outright ugly looking at it was probably Scarlet and Violet. That's like the only Pokemon game I've like immediately looked at it and immediately been like, oh dear. This map is so cool. Oh, I love the theming of this track so much. The fact that it's Dry Bones themed and Day of the Dead themed is really cool. I guess I'm getting 14th, which he's happy about. That feels so weird in this game. He's got 15. He's like, yay, I got 15th. Look back at the 2D Pokemon games and forget how pretty sprites look like. Yeah. Always been a big fan of sprite-based video games. Like these days, when sprite-based games are still being made, they look nuts. Stuff like the HD 2D games from Square Enix. Those are kind of push the boundary of what a sprite-based game could look like, and I think they're very beautiful. Yeah, it exists the way it does. Say Pokemon games of the past would criticize similar levels they are today. And you're probably right, because a lot of people complain about when it comes to, like, you know, missing features that were in the original games. Sometimes looking worse than previous games. That's kind of always existed with Pokemon. That's always been like a constant. I don't know what like what the philosophy behind doing that is, but it's always I guess it's always been a thing. The Airship Fortress. I think Gen 2 and 4 especially will be criticized as much as EA at least. I like all the sprites, but some of the models in those games are really damn good. It depends. I don't know what they did, but I think they look pretty. I think it's just kind of I think it's just kind of the way the models are really saturated in Scarlet and Violet. That kind of looks weird. They're like weirdly oversaturated. Like the actual. I think the actual models themselves look pretty good because I'm pretty sure most of those are reused for ZA. It kind of helps that Pokemon are really expressive in ZA, like a lot more than they were in like a lot of previous games. In terms of like animation and facial expressions, but there are quite a few models in the game I like more than sprites. Oversaturated, yeah. Like I don't know how I describe it, but like Scarlet and Violet it feels like the brightness is too high a lot of the time. Wasn't playing under saturation? I guess yeah, desaturation. I guess is more what I'm thinking of, not oversaturation. No, oversaturation would be like, you know what I used to do? I was kind of a psycho where I would play with like saturation settings on TVs I used to have. I like giving like fucked up oversaturated colors because I thought that looked good. Ow. I don't think that probably looked good. I don't do that these days, but I did used to do that once upon a time with some of my old TVs. It's just I would just take my TV, turn down like the contrast slightly, and then just turn up the saturation like crazy. My TV probably looked fucked up to some people, but I didn't know. I thought it looked all right, but it probably didn't. Oh dear God. But when it comes to Scarlet and Violet, I'm thinking of desaturation more than oversaturation. You're right. You're right. It's a hot take to say I kind of like the in-between courses. I said it before, but I don't know. I kind of like how it's just kind of a mad dash getting to the track. This one I like. This one's pretty curvy. This one's got this you know, Sonic can handle these curves. That's probably one of the better in-betweens I played so far. I almost felt like an actual course in some parts. Genoa's was made today, glitches and all. I don't think Pokemon would ever take off. I think that I mean that's kind of always been like one of the big theories of why Pokemon is still as popular as it is today, mostly carried by recognition and character designs. And I can honestly kind of believe that because I love monster taming games of all kinds, Pokemon or otherwise. But I feel like that there's a sort of like something about the way Pokemon are designed. They're kind of how recognizable they are. I think it does kind of help, the staying power of that series a lot. I couldn't even tell you how to describe it because I'm not an artist at all, but you know, something about Pokemon designs are just compelling, even the newer ones, and I don't know why. Since the SVR much better. Yeah, but that's kind of my thing. Is like they do look better, but just the way the game looks in general just did not do the models any favors at all. You wonder if they think about Gen 1 what came out now. I mean, it's kind of weird to think about because, you know, games have progressed a lot. I guess it's kind of a matter of not so much if it was released now, but more of like if you know the way people are able to discuss and engage with games existed back then. How would they talk about it? Because if Gen 1 was released right now, it would probably most likely be like an indie game or something, right? Because, you know, a company like Nintendo releasing a game like that on their consoles, I guess it'd be kind of interesting. A Game Boy style game released on the Switch, but I guess that's kind of how I feel like, because, yeah, no, it would not be. I don't think it would be recognizable at all. You know, not even in terms of glitches, but just because of, like, you know, fidelity from what we have compared today. It's probably just seen as kind of a niche title. Because keep in mind, some people I've seen some people complain about the existence of you know stuff, you know, 2D games in current year. Like there are people that complain about Metroid Dread being 2D, and that's like a modern game. How dare you like straight lines? I'm canceling you on Twitter. Spamming you with RVs for life. I love RVs. I'm RV gaming right now. I think maybe the most glitchy game with more than 1,000 copies sold that ever came out. That's definitely not true. There's that well, you say more than 1,000 copies, but I kind of have to wonder how something, a game like Sonic 06, a game that is just straight up, that is legitimately unfinished, would stack up against that. I don't know. I guess you could probably do like an objective logging of it, see, you know, because people do log glitches in a lot of games. So I kind of have to wonder, what would the game be? How would you quantify a game being more glitchy? Would it be like the number of glitches, or like how like incredibly like unplayable it is? Because there's probably games with like less glitches, but it's probably like a matter of, because, you know, I played so I have a little bit of a tradition with some of my friends where we do this little week-long thing where you know, during the month of December, we just kind of play through some really shitty games that they find just for fun. And I played a game where you can't look left or right at all, where it just kind of completely impedes your progression. And I'm kind of wondering, like, what would that be considered? You know, more broken than Pokemon. You know, Pokemon Red and Blue, because it just a major function of the game just straight up doesn't work at all. Gen 1 is bad like this. Generally not a single mechanic Gen 1 that works correctly. What about the sprites? Also, this remix of Baby Park is nuts. At the end of what we know today was around the Gen 1 came out that way. Yeah, that's kind of how I figure when it comes to, like, you know, that kind of discussion of like what would it be like today. It is really interesting to go back and see how people talked about games from back then, because you kind of find out that the more things change, the more they stay the same. Like, I love going back to like old Smash Brothers reveals and seeing how people talked about those games. Like, I've always talked about it, but I'm a big fan of that one video where, you know, Melee was revealed at E3, and there's like this one guy who's like, who the fuck invited Ice Climbers? Who wanted Ice Climbers? Every time I feel nostalgic, I look back and I see Shulk's trailer for Smash 4, and one of the very first comments is, who asked for this? Nobody asked for this. Like, ah. It reminds me of home. Dear God. Oh man, time kind of got away from me, jeez, this session. This game's fun. Hot take, this game's fun. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to skedaddle soon, but I think after this we'll do a knockout race to end it off. Oh boy. This stage is really pretty. We saw a little bit of this stage, and I'm sorry. I'll read some of that in a second. I'm kind of locked in right now. I'm almost slightly locked in right now. We saw some of this stage when we were exploring the open world. And I really like that area with the blue in the water. Oh god, don't fuck yourself. Ugh. Nah, I kind of screwed myself a little bit near the end there. A little bit. That's fine. And as we know, today was around Gen 1 came out. Would it be? I played Gen 1 with no glitches at all. That is kind of... I've seen that argument that people have with certain stuff. Like, you know, when it came to like the GTA trilogy, you know, when that came out, those awful AI upscale games that were barely functional. I've talked to people in real life who are like, "Oh, I didn't experience anything bad." It's like, well, okay, but they're still terrible though. Like that doesn't really help your argument. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm gonna take a quick break. But when we come back, I'm gonna do a knockout. I'm gonna do a knockout tour. And we unlocked a new thing. Hang on, what are you saying here? Glitches per thing, I guess, like a game with 1,000 things, mechanics, interaction, that with 100 glitches wouldn't be too glitchy, like a game with 100 things, but what, 10 glitches? If you think the specs are terribly glitchy, you haven't seen missing the... Well, yeah, I guess that's true. The thing that doesn't... Well, you know, it's trying to load... That's kind of the weird thing about the way that Pokemon Red and Blue works. It has like a bunch of like dummy values for Pokemon for some reason, and Missing No is just kind of one of them. There's like a bunch of extra like Pokemon that technically exist. It's weird. It's every sprite to fully break it 3 or 4 ways with 0 fail safes. Amazing. You saw the theory of a glitchless Gen 1 game and being like nearly impossible map. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break and then we'll end with a knockout there. Okay, so BRB. Okay, I'm back. All right, let's do a knockout tour and end it off. We unlocked a new vehicular. I'm kind of sad Dry Bones apparently doesn't seem to have any costumes. That's kind of lame. All right, who does have costumes though? I think DK like famously only has one costume, which is like why? Every move is glitched due to the 256 glitch. If you ever go to red health, there's a glitch. If any standard Pokemons ever raise or lower, there's a glitch, etc., etc. It's bad. What a video game. You know what? Let's play Chode. For our last bout today. The Dread Sled!
Oh yeah, brother. I'm going on the Dread Sled as Toad.
Alright, let's do a knockout tour. Look at this thing. What? This thing is... the theming of this theme is so weird. It's like a motorcycle hot rod sled thing. Hoping we get more customs in the free update. I kind of feel like that's what's gonna happen, right? Like we don't really know what the whole plan for updates for this game is yet. But I would kind of assume they give more. They'd give more. I kind of assume that they do some more Bonanza stuff. Like I got the Hamburger Toad. You know, like maybe they give Donkey Kong outfits for, you know, Bonanza themes, some of his Bonanza outfits. Which is one of the only things I spilled myself on Bonanza because I was curious. But and maybe I didn't like Kid Pauline. I kind of figured that's kind of the direction they would go. Do all those glitches. I would get a legal shiny Mew, which is cool. Hell yeah. Okay, let's see how far we get. This is gonna be the last race of today, no matter what happens. Okay, let's make it good. As Burger Toad, I love Burger Toad. I don't even want to. I'm not even gonna try to go for the other food right now. I got Burger Toad. Nagatoro seems really cool. I kind of hope they add in like more routes in future updates, because like, you know, why wouldn't they? They got a whole bunch of routes. There's like over like, what was it, like a crazy number, like 500 or something? Oh god. Die, whoever's in first place. No, not me. No, not the consequences of my actions. They did change intermissions a bit. Yeah, I did see that where they kind of tried to make them a little bit more track-like, you know, adding more turns. They added in turns in the update so that they're no longer straight lines. Hell yeah. Which I think is, you know, I think that's a good change. That's probably why I like them. Like I keep being like, hey, these are pretty. I kind of like these actually. That might be why. Because I'm playing like you know, an updated version of this game that changed stuff around, so that might be part of the reason why I actually like them. I'm in 21st place. This is not good. Oh! I barely didn't make it. Son of a cussing cuss word. One more for realsies. You think because I use glitches, it's super easy to get the shiny Mew and it loses its value, but nah, it took like 12 hours. It took longer than some normal shiny hunts. Just like shiny hunting and Sword and Shields. No matter what happens, I'm a liar. Okay, I'm a liar. Okay, is that what you wanted to hear? Is that what you wanted to hear from my mouth? Okay, no matter what happens now. No matter what happens now. No matter what happens now. From now on. Clips. Don't you even dare. Yeah, here. No, watch. We're gonna do it good. Not really, I'm lazy. Okay, good. I'm glad for laziness, because otherwise I would have been caught in 4K about 20,000 times by now. 4K times by now. Warhammer caught in 4K. Wait, has anybody ever made that joke? Warhammer caught in 40K. Ooh, wait, I think I'm making some new jokes right now. I spent the entire getting a shiny from every Switch game. It was very fun. All right, here we go. For real this time, no matter what. For realsies. I want to get the Cataquack. I want the Cataquack and the Pianta so bad. But I think the only way you can unlock characters is if you get hit by a Kamek. You've been struck by Kamek. Maybe it's the one time I'll take a weekend and try to get a shiny from every game, though. Some of the older games take ages. Yeah, trying to do it from like every game, where some games don't even straight up have shiny hunting methods. That might be interesting. See, I'm doing way better already. I'm in first somehow. It's all gonna come crashing down any moment now, so don't you worry. Don't you worry your pretty little heads. I'm about to die. I'm still alive. Cruising on down Main Street, going fast and eating ass. Give me my food. Captain Toad. Not quite. Close enough though. Close enough. Oh my god. That is so mean. I'm just barely not in first place. That is so mean. Are blue shells like way more aggressive in this game? Because there's been times where I'm just like barely not in first place and they still hit you. It's not like in Crossroads where you get hit with King Big Boo and like you're like, but I'm not in second place anymore. Too bad. Ah. Wow, you got a shiny in Pokemon DX. That's really cool. Even in say every main game. I forget in Pokemon are like Pokemon's shiny colors like alternate costumes. If that's not a thing, then why wasn't it? Oh! I'm going off-roading. The game is an open world right now. I thought this was supposed to be an open world game. Oh my fuck. Oh my god. I'm throwing. I'm just throwing. I got one little fight. My mom got scared. Said you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air. Die like it too. Go 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 go. Here we go. Yes. No. Yes. I'm in third. Nothing matters. Who needs skill when you got items? I fell off twice in a row and I'm back in second. Fuck everything. Die, everybody. Oh, dear God. No. 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 No, get me back up there. No, get me back up there. Get me back up there. Get me back up there. Too bad. Okay, I said no matter what. And I meant it. I meant no matter what happens. No matter what happens. That's the end of that. One more. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't have to worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Give me in the. Oh, I thought it was gonna suck me in. I'm in the bog. Whenever any stream, guys, Predator Live. Last one, I swear to God. I swear to God, last one. Goofington has joined. It's my favorite Kingdom Hearts character. Just one more. Just one more. One more. One more. Just one more. Just one more hit. One more hit. Just one more. Give me one more hit of the good shit. One more hit of the good shit. Just one more. I'm kind of surprised you can't vote in this game mode. On the routes. Chocolate! I didn't eat it in time. It's probably gonna be the same Burger Toad. Is this the same route? I think it is. Okay, one more time. One more time. One more time. For realsies. After this, I'm alt F4ing. Well, doing the equivalent, which is home close. You said that 5 games ago. I said that 2 games ago! I mean, I never said that. I want the food! You can do one pretty easy with glitches too on Gen 2 anything 3 and 3 with. Wait, doesn't one not even have shinies? Or does it? I don't even know. I can see in Gale. Gen 4 was the radar, and Gen 2 remakes have Gyarados. Gen 5 would suck. Gen 6 has radar and chain fishing. Gen 3 remakes have DexNav. Yeah, no, I don't think the Coliseum games have any sort of shiny hunting method. Your method is just good luck. Get multiple Game Boys, I guess. Do a lot of glitches, you can get shinies. What? What do you mean? What? I'm Explorer Toad. I'm not Burger Toad anymore. Gen 7 has SOS. Let's go. It's pretty quick. Gen 8 would take a minute. Legends games would be pretty quick. Same with SV. Pokemon Sleep would be tough. I didn't get very lucky. I may overbrush my teeth for Pokemon Smile, and I have a bit of save though for TCG Pocket. What the fuck is Pokemon Smile? What? I told you they were broken. They just have unintended mechanics, including shinies a generation early, I guess. A whole ass generation early. No, you bitch! You boomerang bitch! Leave me alone. Okay, I made it. You don't know Pokemon Smile? No, what's Pokemon Smile? That's not real. He made that up. I like how you first mentioned Pokemon Sleep and Pokemon Smile, and not Pokemon Go. I see how it is. I haven't even played Pokemon Go in a while. I'm still walking. I'm still playing like Pikmin Bloom, but Pokemon Go just kind of feels like busy work. If I'm gonna be honest, it feels kind of busy worky. So I haven't really played it in a while. I'm still keeping up with my walkies though, so that's fine. You could get a shiny Ho-Oh. What? Ho-Oh doesn't exist in Gen 1. Now you're just making that up. It's a toothbrush app. With Pokemon. With blackjack and hookers. Why am I in first? I guess because I had a bullet bill. So you can brush your teeth. But I can brush my teeth without Pokemon. I guess why would I want to? Oh boy. Oh, I thought I got caught in that. I like the way that this is looking. We're making it. We're making it. We're going cross country. Whoa, where'd you come from? I missed that guy. I'm in first temporarily. I wasn't in first, actually. That's fine. Oh my god, I barely got that. Oh no, please. Leave me alone. Using Ace, you could just do better than everything. No, stop this. Leave me alone. Be nice to me. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. No! Stop! Wait.
No. Wait. No.
They're called the most useless yump of all time. Useless yump? I'm in 10th out of 12th. Oh my god. Hold on. Wait. Whoa! Get me up there! Oh no, get me up there! Oh! Wait. I'm sorry. I got to you in a second. Oh god. Oh Jesus God, no. I gotta get an 8th. Don't give me a feather. Ow. Wait. I'll be getting my way. Wait. Bananas. I don't need those. Get me out of here. Yes! I'm on the grass! Out of my way! Out of my way, Mario! No! I fuckled the turn! That was maybe a mistake. I was trying to secure my lead. No! I was trying to get a better place so I can secure my lead. Well, I guess I might as well see how this plays out. Go, Mario. Code is coded so weird they determine shininess by DVs, what are now IVs. So you can trick the game into thinking a Pokemon from Gen 1 is shiny. Though due to another glitch, many DV-IV combinations are impossible in Gen 1, meaning all wild Pokemon just happen to not be able to be shiny. But all gift, trade, and stack Pokemon can be, so you can naturally shiny hunt the legendaries. But due to another third glitch on top of all that, the odds of what should be 1 in 8,000 are now 1 in 32,000. I see. I lost. I thought I was gonna make it, but then I didn't make it. Did that guy try to reverse? Oh my god, that guy ate shit. That cow just got destroyed. Also, it's kind of fun how this camera follows whoever's in first place. That's kind of cool, I guess. I just want to see my opponents, my ops, how far they make it. The ones who success me. Which also, yes, encountering wild Pokemon will also most likely cause a glitch. Man. Look at he go. I don't know why, but something about this camera makes this game's movement feel insane. Oh no! Like something about. You ever see that GIF of Bart Simpson running into like walls? That's kind of what this camera makes it feel like. It feels like this Drybones is like barely in control of himself. Oh, is he gonna get first? Hey, good job, Drybones. I knew you could do it. Buddy. I always believe in you. I was 10th. I'll take it, I guess. All right, that's it. I said that was it. Nice try. Screw you, Lakitu. Screw you, Lakitu. Nice try. Get out of here. Okay. I said this was gonna be the last one. I promised it'd be the last one, and it was the last one. Oh, we got a new vehicular. I want to see what that is real quick. Also, apparently, I got the Nabbit sticker. We got Burger Toad. Burger Bud. And we got Lil Dumpy. Wow. Lil Dumpy. Amazing. Fun stream. See y'all for DQ +1 +2 tomorrow. Yep. No. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. Is there a festival happening this week for Crossworlds? Because I might end up doing Switch 2 version of Crossworlds at some point. I want to do that soon. But if there's gonna be a festival, then maybe I'll do it. I'll see. I'll see if there is or not. But I don't know. I might just open up Splatoon 3 just to see what that's like. Well, we'll see. We got stuff to do. I'll fight the urge to do more Mario Kart World because you know what? I actually really enjoy this game. It's pretty fun so far. I've enjoyed it. I've been enjoying it. I liked it. All right, I liked it. Anyway, thank you to the Starlight and the Scoots and the Mario. Thanks for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Thanks for whoever checked the stream out. I saw a couple numbers. I saw some numbers. But yeah, thanks for showing with some Mario Kart. I don't know if these streams of Mario Kart World are that super interesting because, you know, we're just kind of going in the open world. I kind of like the open world just hanging out, doing some objectives and chatting. I kind of like it for that reason. And, you know, the actual races are they're pretty fast paced. Sometimes they can be kind of crazy. They can be pretty chaotic. If you want me to answer the question, is my commute to work more exciting than Mario Kart World? I don't know. Is there like a burning car on? Because sometimes there is. Sometimes someone just kind of does some flips on my commute. It happens. Sometimes I don't see it happen. I just see all the police and the blocked off roads happening. So even though I don't see it with my eyes, I have to assume that someone threw like a blue shell or something at them. Of the sort. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll show back up tomorrow with something. We'll see. I don't know what right now, but yeah. You have a good rest of your day, and yeah. Goodbye. I don't know why I keep saying and yeah. Yeah. Bye. See ya.
Here we go. And the night is fucking low, and the shackles start to roll, and the latest volcano seems like fantasy. The night is fucking low, I've been trying to go where the truth is in my heart. And the night is fucking low, and the shackles start to roll, and the latest volcano seems like fantasy. The night is fucking low, I've been trying to go where the truth is in my heart. So yeah, like when it is.
But I can